Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The search for a new defensive coordinator continues in Green Bay. Number of candidates on the market, including potential speculation about former Wisconsin Badgers defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard, currently an assistant with the Denver Broncos, who were in the AFC Championship game this Sunday. Who's ramping up that speculation? How about Barry Alvarez last night on ESPN Madison?
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I'd go get the best coach I could get, and that's Jimmy Leonhard. I think everybody's recognized his ability. They respect what he's accomplished, his knowledge. If you can get Jimmy Leonhard, they need to go get him.
Catch the full episode of the Barry Alvarez Show available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. More conversation continues next on Wilde and Tausch. Brian Bulaga scheduled to appear at 9:30. Basketball tonight. Apparently it's NBA rivalry week. The Bucks host the Oklahoma City Thunder, 8:30 on ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin sports radio.
It is the Wednesday edition. Got into it with Homer again yesterday on his program. And he's scheduled to appear today, but I'm not a grudge holder edition. Speaking of people who aren't grudge holders, Matt LaFleur, not a grudge holder. At least if it comes to turning him down for the Packers defensive coordinator job. And we acknowledge our biases on this program. Barry Alvarez may be a little bit biased, but that doesn't mean he's wrong. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-customizable, all-awesome, all the programming you could possibly want, ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jace Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And the next offensive line coach for the Green Bay Packers, reuniting with another great Badgers alumnus. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. No truth to that rumor? Can you dispel that rumor?
You got Campy? You talked to Campy? He's joining us today?
I got bad sources, apparently. Yeah, no, I would love for him to join us. I'll text him. I'll see if he's available. No, I meant you.
I can text him. I thought you just said that you had an O-line coach, and I thought, okay, great. I think we all want Campy. They haven't fired anybody yet, right?
No changes have been announced.
When is the big?
Jeff Hafler's departure.
When's the big presser to announce all these fat new extensions these boys got?
PrizePicks has put a February 14th projection.
Why are we waiting so long?
It takes sooner or later. Well, I think they're waiting until the deals are done with Goody and Russ Ball from the extension perspective.
Oh, those are not done. Those are not done yet.
Apparently, they're not signed, sealed, delivered. That's for sure. So again, we're waiting for that. But we've, several of us have had conversations with high-ranking officials inside the building, so we kind of know what's going on.
Anything you can share on the record with us?
Let me think about that, and we'll circle back to the staffing scenario because that is something that Packers fans are very interested in. It's also part of why I got after Homer yesterday on the Homer Hour, which you can listen to every weekday when not preempted by Marquette basketball. Well, he doesn't think Matt LaFleur should be the head coach, which is fine. It's a very valid opinion. There's lots of people that hold that opinion. But when I try to explain why the Packers chose to continue with him, and again, it's the messenger thing, right? Like, Matt LaFleur's not coming on his show. Matt LaFleur's not checking his social media. So when Packers fans who don't want Matt LaFleur to be the coach, when they don't have him to yell at, they have to get frustrated with somebody else. I just try to explain why they decided to go the way they did and stay with stability and stay with Matt LaFleur. That doesn't mean that I know for a fact that it's going to be the right decision. I'm not saying that it's the right decision. It may very well turn out to be a complete error in judgment. But this idea that Ed Policy, well, he just clearly doesn't know what he's doing. And he just played it safe.
Who?
Mr. Policy.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Thank you.
I'm not applying.
Thank you.
I would not call Bob Kraft Mr. Kraft either.
You called Bob Harlan Mr. Harlan.
No, I didn't. I call him Bob.
You should have. Well, you should have.
No, I don't think Bob wants me to call Bob Mr. Harlan.
Mr. Harlan.
Okay.
I don't think so.
You think Sam Decker calls Kevin Harlan Mr. Harlan?
Ooh,
Guess what he did initially. But maybe not at this point. So, I get it. There is somewhere between a quarter and a third of the fan base that thinks this is a mistake. Yeah, fine. It could be. It very well might be. You may be right. So, anyway, we were having a good conversation with John Anderson last night, and then it went off the rails a little bit. But you can find that on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Meanwhile, last night while I was sparring
was Homer's biggest pushback that they can't win in the playoffs? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, he finds his regular season record to be fraudulent. They've been the number 7 seed, all that stuff.
Fraudulent strong.
Well, that is not the word he used. That is my interpretation of what he said.
That's a. Let me tell you something. I've done this with Homer. That's a dangerous game.
Yeah, don't tell him what he thinks.
For him.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to hear what he thinks at 10:30, and I'm going to give him the floor. I'm going to go on the cot the way he does to me when I'm on his program, and then interrupts anyway. So let's not bury the lead here. The Jesse Nelson Show live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse featuring Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and the old ball coach, Barry Alvarez. You've changed the graphics. Didn't it used to say the Jesse Nelson Show?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm only on the one that when we were at the Hard Rock that I made a special appearance on the graphic. Otherwise, I'm not included.
Who's in charge of graphics? Clearly not you,
Not
then,
me.
right?
Yeah, not me.
Because there would be a lot.
We got a lot of people who
there.
do graphics, and I'm not one of them. Yeah.
But Jesse, you were hosting that with Tarek and Derek, and last night, in something so compelling that it made it onto channel3000.com. I even know how to embed that stuff now. I'm like a code guy.
Wow.
Barry Alvarez speaking directly to Matt LaFleur.
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I go get the best coach I could get, and that's Jimmy Leonhard. I think everybody's recognized his ability. They respect what he's accomplished, his knowledge. If you can get Jimmy Leonhard, they need to go get him.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
fires
it.
me up.
Yeah,
okay,
like
let's
it.
do it.
End of story.
All fired up. End of story.
End of
Love it.
story.
That fires me up as I eat my third steak slider. I think Coach Alvarez, this is one of the reasons players love Coach Alvarez is he's got your back. I bet you could talk to, I don't know how many thousand, if he's got 1,000 players that played for him or if it's 2,000. I feel fairly confident one of the things we all love is that when you need something from him, if he can help you, whether it's getting into coaching or getting an internship, he's got your back because he knew you had his back. And I love that about him. And that is exactly the answer I would expect. And quite frankly, I think, the Green Bay Packers would be very fortunate if they could secure Jimmy Leonhard as the defensive coordinator. And this is exactly what I would expect Barry Alvarez to say to Derek and whoever that other guy was, stuffing that steak sandwich down his mouth. On the Barry Alvarez
and a
show.
steak sandwich, yeah. Mm-hmm. He enjoyed that. Jesse, what was the conversation?
They do have. I'm going to say this now. I spent a lot of time dropping off old boy over in Middleton, and I went to that happy hour. What is it? The Swizzle and Swirl?
Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour at Ruth's Chris
and a great
Steakhouse.
horseshoe bar that Anchor
yeah.
always talks about. That is, if you haven't, and I'm listen, I am not an endorser of Ruth Chris. I am just telling you flat out, great happy hour. Great happy hour. Go ahead.
So Jesse, at that great happy hour, which it is great, and they're
They
great.
got ice cream there. That's why it's
We celebrated our season finale last night by doing
with Barb.
Barb was not there. We did have a couple of fans stop by though. A couple of fans
Oh,
stopped
the
by
tuna.
to say hi.
Oh, the tuna, Jerry. The tuna.
Tuna's fantastic. Right now they have
Good for the tuna.
They have a 3-course special for $60 where you pick a couple of different options. And the stuffed chicken last night is
stuffed chicken.
remarkable.
Okay.
Remarkable stuffed chicken.
What is it stuffed with? Spinach?
It's got some cheese.
Steak.
Got some cheese. It's baked to perfection.
Steak
I
stuffed
got some
chicken.
garlic
That
mash
sounds
with it, a little salad beforehand. Oh, it was fantastic.
Okay.
Did you have to pay
Steakhouse.
for it, or did somebody pay for it for you?
I'd say Tarek, Derek, and I had a good time last night at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton for our season finale of the Barry Alvarez show.
That's what I thought.
Hey, you guys did a heck of a job. A lot of so much newsworthy stuff that I actually wore, and I probably shouldn't have. Don't boo in a bar to the Badger basketball game the other day because I wanted to wear something.
You
random.
did? That's awesome.
I did. No, I tried to get LePay to take a picture with me. He wouldn't. Or I guess I didn't ask him because he was working. But, yeah. Hey, you want to be booing at a bar?
Did you text him and then he sent a string of expletives back?
That's very
Because
different.
the last time you messaged a play-by-play guy while he was working, allegedly, he sent you
Matt
swear
actually
words.
is receptive, and Matt's actually receptive and not cussing me out and blocking me. At least not yet.
There's a big difference between he wouldn't do that with me and I didn't ask him.
That's both. Jason, can you help me out here?
I would love to help you out.
Big Cat, our Big Cat, not Barstool Big Cat.
Big Cat with a K, I like to spell it as.
Just sent us a note because, listen, man, I love this. I love beat-on-beat crime. Like, I think it's fun.
You really tried to gin that up when Domofsky was swearing.
I didn't have to gin anything up. Rob got after it. You were on old boy's side. Rob was on the other side, and I saw Pete Doherty taking Rob's side. So I don't know if that's like an old Press Gazette deal versus the new age media. I don't know. You guys have your little anchorman battles where you're shivving people. You do what you do, man.
I'm not shivving anything.
Go ahead.
That's
true.
Be
You'd
that
get
as
shivved.
it may.
You'd be one of the shiv guys.
I don't appreciate how you
shivved.
always paint me as the weaker
You just said it.
part of this.
I'm
just not shivving
You want me
others.
to act like you're going to be flinging nunchucks and shivving Bill Huber? Like, I don't envision you doing that, or Wes
Well,
Hodgkins.
you're trying to set
like,
me
I
up.
don't see you shivving
I
them.
believe right now you're trying to set me up to shiv Bill Huber.
Well, what did Big Cat just text us? Because everybody was under the impression that Jimmy Leonhard was offered the defensive coordinator job, and I believe you did an article and talked to Jimmy Leonhard when
Yes.
he passed.
Quoted him extensively.
Like, not anonymously, right? I don't think. I'm trying to remember what's on
his
the record.
name
what's
is
off the
on
record.
it. Yes,
Might be
his
something
name
good
is
to
I
find
remember
out
we
ahead of
deb-
time.
I remember we had conversations and tried to, like, understand during that, because it was like a Saturday, and you're calling, we're talking, and I'm like, what are we doing here? We're not working. But I remember that pretty distinctly.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was in your article saying it wasn't the right fit, or it was you wanted to stay at
He
Wisconsin.
wanted
Whatever
to
it might
stay with
be.
the Badgers.
Yes.
Was this when they hired
But he
Joe
was
Ba-
offered the job.
Just so we get the timeline, this is when they hired Joe Barry, right?
Joe Barry, yes, Joseph J. Barry.
Yep.
So, look, I, unlike Tausch,
Get the
do
shiv
not
out. Get the shiv
I do
out.
not enjoy beat writer on beat writer crime.
Jesse,
I
you
will-
like that, right? It's fun. These guys are stars. They're celebrities now. They got to understand.
Yeah, especially this time of year, it's
Hey,
fun to have a little bit.
Y'all
of,
are stars, man.
Yeah.
Stars get extra attention, and
Yeah.
they get shivved. Like Shiv City. Yep.
Stars get shivved?
Mentally.
What is that?
Usually just mentally.
Is that another one of your Shawshank Redemption quotes?
I'd like
I
to.
don't remember Red
remember
saying
if-
that.
I'm not
I don't
advocating for
remember.
anyone to get shivved. I think
I'm
I
going to
just
tell you this.
I like when they
You
kind of
don't
get
think-
after each other a little
I
bit.
just miss my friend.
Well,
And I
Jesse,
shivved the guy
I
on his
meant
behalf.
verbal and
Oh, a
credibility
verbal
shivs,
shiv.
not and a credibility shiv, not a legit shiv. Like obviously, what's the warden's name there? Handlin. He was shivving fools. Now, he wasn't afraid to shiv a guy.
Whoa, Nelly! I did not have on my list
What's
of
the whoa, Nelly
topics
on
today. He's not afraid to shiv a guy. All right, so in Bill Huber's piece today on SI.com, the
And by the way,
43-year-old Leonhard.
We like
who,
Hughes. That's
We
one
do.
of your guys, right? We like Hughes.
He is undeniably.
Big fan.
And I'll just give me 1 second. The 43-year-old Leonhard, who grew up in Wisconsin, played at Wisconsin, and coached at Wisconsin, interviewed for the job in 2021 that ultimately went to Joe Barry. He was not offered the job, contrary to reporting.
Oh, crime.
Now,
Crime. Beat on beat crime.
Shiv.
BBC. Shivvy. This is very shivvy.
won't you guys shiv the hell up? So
I don't think you can say that.
I think I can say that.
I don't think so.
That's all right. It's,
All right.
watch it, Wilde.
We'll ask Domofsky what we're allowed to say and whatnot. So, look, I have told you guys this many times. We are only as good as our sources, right? And if you have sources that say one thing and you have sources that say another, then I don't know what to tell you. One is going to be more accurate than the other. And in this case, they discussed contract numbers. Jim says that in the story. Like, again, this was not unnamed sources back in 2021 saying this.
This was James Leonhard.
Yes,
Tony,
and
Wisconsin.
yes, and his Otzi talked to his agent Tim Valentine on the record. Like, look, again, I'm not. What I would say, and I'm not shivving nobody here, is that if you're the Green Bay Packers, and this was why, if you remember, if you think when we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and you asked me about this, you were ahead of the curve on this. And I thought that Jimmy had his bite at the apple, because my understanding at the time was that Matt LaFleur really wanted him to be the defensive coordinator. They hit it off tremendously. There was a great connection, both Midwestern guys who, you know, like they really hit it off.
Underdogs, undersized.
Yes.
They could see,
Yes.
chip on the shoulder. Yep.
And Jim decided he wanted to stay at UW because I think he first of all, really loved it there. I think his family didn't want to move. Now, again, I don't want to speak for Jim. This is my interpretation.
Rumor has it he's over on the west side. I think he loves that happy hour, too. I'm not going to be
Well, who
not for
doesn't?
sure,
Yeah.
but I think
Especially
he's
the
a big
stuffed
fan of that
chicken.
happy
Very
hour.
good. Horseshoe bar.
Yeah.
So and so ultimately, but again, on the record in our story in the State Journal from 2021, they flat out say they were exchanging contract numbers. They were well down the road. And then
so
Jim,
you could semanticize and say there was never an offer. They just discussed numbers. Is that
yeah,
fair?
again,
could be right.
words matter. But I
Yes,
would
they
also
do.
say this: if you or someone else inside 1265 Lombardi Avenue, if you have a first choice and then the first choice says no, you don't want the guy you settle for to think, well, he was the first choice. No, we never offered him the job. We had a lot of talks, but it never got to the point where he was my pick. We were just
there's a
discussing
lot of ego cover. We call
Right.
that EC in it. Ego covering it.
So
You can
again,
put that.
I don't know who Bill talked to. Contrary to reporting at the time, I don't necessarily love, because again, it was on the record that these things were reported, not off the record. But the bottom line is Jim Leonhard never became the Packers defensive coordinator.
And it sounds
Joe
like he was
Barry
never
did.
offered it. And he was never offered it.
Again, I don't know how you
Semantically.
if you are negotiating a contract, I would say that feels to me like the job was offered.
If you asked James J. Leonhard today, and off the record, did you get the offer to be the defensive coordinator for the G&G? He would say,
I don't know. I haven't talked to James J. Leonhard, and I'm not going down this path. What I am going to say is
not
this:
off the record.
for those of us who reported what we reported, I was wrong when I said to you that I thought he had his bite at the apple, because from what I understand, unlike some of us who have less
what do you
quality
think, he's Eve? You think he's Eve? He only gets one bite at the apple?
I don't. First of all, I don't want to get into a biblical debate, but they weren't. That's
Why
a
not?
myth, because it was a different fruit, from what I understand. But be that as it may,
We don't know that for sure.
I think that fruit disappeared then
Anyways,
from the face of the earth.
Unless it's poisonous, you always can get a second bite at the apple.
Indeed,
What are you talking about? There's apples
can
everywhere.
I just get done telling you that you were right and I was wrong, please?
Snow White, probably the
Sure.
most famous apple. if I had
That's
to
exactly
guess.
where I
Yeah.
was going to go. By the way, my
Snow
point.
White.
Snow White, she bites the apple. She
know.
falls asleep.
Yeah, I don't know that
Prince
one. I thought that
Charming.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, that's Cinderella with the slipper. I thought, okay. Cinderella and Snow
Boy,
White
you're
are
really
very
on top of
similar.
this.
Disney really is
I'm
a
not a
weak
big-
spot for you.
I don't love Bambi. Bambi is my movie when it comes to that stuff.
The Luke Musgrave
Tough
show? So look.
Oh, Fawny Musgrave.
All right. Look, all I'll say is this. I was wrong to think that the way that ended in 2021 would preclude him from getting another opportunity with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, unlike me, who I need to be better about holding grudges, Matt LaFleur does not hold a grudge. There is clearly... Now, let's be clear about this, too, before we get any further down this road.
Big J, careful now. You know
Yes,
this stuff gets
precisely.
flipped, so be careful.
He cannot discuss the job per NFL rules with Jim Leonhard until after Sunday's AFC Championship game. Then
That is
if
correct.
the Broncos lose, it's a free for all.
Yes.
Now, Jim Leonhard has already interviewed for one job
Dallas.
for Dallas.
Yep.
Well, how come he
Dun,
could do
dun, dun.
that, but he couldn't talk
Because
about
they had a
Because
bye, Jesse.
because they
Study
had a
the
bye.
rules, Jesse. Know the
Come on,
rules.
Jesse.
Come on.
So, again, then on Monday, a window opens. If they win and reach the Super Bowl with Jared Stidham as their quarterback, there is a window from Monday to February 1st where Jim can interview with Matt LaFleur. My understanding
How
is Matt
insufferable.
LaFleur wants to interview him. That's
Is
not
that your
the issue.
understanding?
That is my
Interesting.
understanding.
Tell me more. Now I'm
But-
interested. Tell me more.
But he can't. He can't.
Well, he can Monday. But he can on
He
Monday.
can't yet.
Right, but today is Wednesday.
So you're not reporting your understanding, which, again, I don't know the difference. I'm not in your world. I'm not
I
the
thoroughly enjoy when you do this, by the way.
nunchucks. Well, it is what it is. You asked my perspective.
No, you just love to say, I'm not in your world. Anyway, go ahead.
So,
but you kind
your
of are.
Your understanding is that when Matt LaFleur is available to interview James J. Leonhard, he has a lot of interest in doing that if and when the timing is correct. That is your understanding.
He is. My understanding is he is definitely interested in interviewing.
Well, all I'm going to say to that, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's got me fired
'Cause
up.
I don't think Raheem Morris is coming. I think he's going to go with Shanny or he's going to take a beat.
Correct.
That's what I would think.
Yes.
And if he doesn't go, I think this thing is a wide-open smorgasbord. I think Al Harris will be in the mix. I think there's plenty of other guys that are going to be in the mix on this. So
I'm a little worried
who
about
and when
Jonathan
and how that
Gannon.
happens. But he is head coach ain't coming back right away, is he?
I don't know. He was not. He is the antithesis of Jeff Hafley when it comes to the media, and so that is my greatest concern.
You know that matters.
Wasn't Raheem Morris a head coach last year?
He's been head coach twice. You know who's the head coach over at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Gina Della.
For your New Year's resolution, the sky is the limit with Pella's 0 interest for 4 years finance offer. No payments, no interest. For 4 years. Think of everything you can do in 4 years. You can go and be the defensive coordinator and interim head coach at the University of Wisconsin. You can either turn down the job, depending on who you talk to, or never get offered the defensive coordinator job. Joe Barry could be out, and Jeff Hafley could be in, all within this 4-year period of time. Think about that. Start your own journey toward meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. This deal ends January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. I didn't even get a smirk from you when I was going through that great 4-year movie.
That was pretty good. That was good.
I thought it was really good, and I didn't get a smirk from little Chevy McGee over here.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. Looking for an easy win for lunch or dinner? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you choose your entree. A personal pan pizza, a melt, or now, wings. Boneless or traditional wings start at just $7.99. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The first offseason domino post-Matt LaFleur contract extension has fallen for Green Bay, as defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley has accepted the Miami Dolphins head coaching job, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Hafley, who spent each of the last 2 seasons in Green Bay, has been a big name in each of the last 2 coaching cycles, and Monday afternoon accepts the Miami job to reunite with new Dolphins general manager John Eric Sullivan. It's the first move for Matt LaFleur's staff that affects the entirety of the offseason. What assistants will go with him, and what holes will Green Bay have to fill? We'll all find out together. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6. And follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We're on the Packers.
This 2 or 3 year window needs to yield a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
When you bring back everybody, Mr. Policy is telling you we're winning a championship.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Welcome back to Old T and Chivy McGee. Brian B. will join us next when Jesse calls him. All right, I want to get to Brian sooner than later, and now it's already 9:31 because of our discussion. So I said something yesterday that Matt LaFleur is casting a wide net, and he is, right? He's got a number of interviews already lined up, probably some that we don't even know about or has been reported yet. But among them, Christian Parker, who was actually a defensive quality control coach during Matt LaFleur's first 2 seasons in Green Bay. Durante Jones, who is Parker is with the Eagles right now. He's their defensive passing game coordinator.
Ooh. I'd like a little Eagles action. That defense knows what they're doing. Bring Jalen Carter and Old Boy with you.
Durante Jones, who is an assistant in Minnesota under Brian Flores. And here's a little interesting twist. Jim Leonhard joined the Badgers staff in 2016 as the defensive backs coach. You know who their defensive backs coach was in 2015?
Brian Flores.
Durante Jones.
That is a unique deal.
So that's an intriguing thing. I mentioned Jonathan Gannon, who was he's a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator Super Bowl. They appeared in the Super Bowl with him under Nick Sirianni in Philly. He was fired as the Cardinals head coach. They went 3-14 this year, but he is also reportedly set to interview. To Tausch's point, if Matt LaFleur is going to end up with Raheem Morris, he's going to now have to battle the guy who tried to steal his quarterback/girlfriend because the San Francisco 49ers need a defensive coordinator, as Robert Saleh is the new head coach of the Tennessee Titans, to which I say, good luck. So it's going to be interesting how this all unfolds. When he hired Joe Barry, Matt LaFleur interviewed at least 9 other candidates. When he hired Jeff Hafley, he interviewed at least 6, including Christian Parker, who was one of the interviewees, and Jim Leonhard, who may or may not interview with him this time around. But I know he wants to interview him, and I'll leave it at that. We need to get to Brian Bulaga.
Sowgraph.
Definitely don't do that.
Well,
I think we can all agree.
Let me tell you something. That's out of our hands now, brother. So just so you know, it's out of our hands.
Rob said don't sound graph this or he quits. I didn't do it. Someone else did.
Someone else did and got like 500,000 views on it.
Yeah.
Good on you, whatever your group's called.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can screen record anything.
Yeah,
you say it on the show.
Hey,
it's fair
we're on
game.
the air, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you could tape and clip this yourselves if you want.
500,000 views. What are we doing wrong?
That might be a stretch.
Listening to people like you saying don't sound graph this.
Yeah.
Don't sound graph this.
I stand by my position, much like I stand by Steinhafels, and you can start the 2026 year feeling rested and make an impact while you're at it. All January long, stop into your local Steinhafels store and test rest any mattress. For every test rest, Steinhafels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, which helps create dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. It's such a great charity. I love that Steinhafels has taken it on. As I mentioned repeatedly throughout the season, every time the Packers, no matter who was kicking them, made a field goal, they donated $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. So keep supporting them by going in and getting a test rest, and you'll get something too. If you go test rest a mattress, you will get a $20 lunch gift card. So there you go. You get free lunch, you help a great cause, and you have a chance to have better sleep when you buy a mattress. The January test rest event, only at Steinhafels.
Yeah, take your boots off when you come in there, because obviously it's cold and snowy. You go in there, you got to take your boots or shoes off when you jump on that bed.
I don't know. I can go find out today. I can swing by the one at Bay Park.
Are you going to go get a little $20 gift card? Go get you a little lunch?
And I'd be supporting a great cause. So yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah,
I may swing by, and I'll find out what the boot ruling is. I'm obsessive about cleaning off my shoes when I go into places, wiping them down.
But you're not going to get it all. There's going to be some salt crunched in there.
No, you're right. Once again, you're always right.
I'm not always right. But I'm right.
Well, you do have a 3D printed sign that says Tausch was right, so. Not to be confused with I agree with Tausch, which I would have preferred being printed on there. I agree that it's time for Brian Bulaga. He joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
We were in the postseason what we were all throughout the regular season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
A good team that couldn't put 4 quarters together.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. New year, new Audi. The search for your new Audi begins at Audi Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Receive 2.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. Offer is only available until February 2nd. Check out AudiMadison.com to browse and see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Doug Brown is Assistant Executive Director of the Dane County Humane Society. Doug, your organization has business technology from James Imaging Systems. Today, we'd like to hear about your mission.
At Dane County Humane Society, we believe that everybody deserves the unconditional love that a companion animal can bring into their lives. We take pride in working with our community to help people help animals.
How so?
We are proud to offer services for adoptions. We're proud to help lost animals find their way home. We're proud to be able to take care of the injured and orphaned wildlife of the community.
How can others lend a hand to help the Dane County Humane Society?
I'd encourage anybody who is interested in helping to visit our website where they can learn more about the organization, including ways to volunteer, to donate, to participate in a special event.
And the Dane County Humane Society's website is?
GiveShelter.org.
One more time.
GiveShelter.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Well, it's January, which means routines are back, but the sports action never slows down. Big football matchups, playoff intensity every weekend, and elite hoops almost every night. And when there's this much going on, it always feels good to be right, especially on PrizePicks. Mark Tauscher here, and PrizePicks is daily fantasy made simple. Pick at least 2 player projections, choose more or less, and you're done. No drafts, no waiting. I'm talking lineups you can make in under a minute. And now there's a new feature I love, early payouts. If your lineup starts hot, you can have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. And plus, with stacks, you can pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup, points, assists, and threes all together, only on PrizePicks. Deposits and withdrawals, they're fast and easy, available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
We're on the Packers.
This 2 or 3 year window needs to yield a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
When you bring back everybody, Mr. Policy is telling you we're winning a championship.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Never get tired of this music. Joining us now, he did 3 segments with us last Wednesday. Because we value his time, we're just going to keep him for one really long segment today.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Very fair.
Which will probably be roughly the same amount of time, just without the breaks. It is Brian Bulaga.
Whoa.
What the heck is going on over there?
Let me see those nose hairs blue. That's nice. and
Sweet
close.
mustache,
I like that.
bro.
Yeah, look good.
It's cold. It's cold here. You got to grow out some facial hair. It's cold down here in Florida right now.
What is it? 30? What is it? 30 degrees.
It gets down to 38, 39 at night. And, I mean, it's a little chilly. It's not good. I'm telling you. But it's going to heat up this weekend. Good
for you.
So we're good.
We got a high of -8, I think, on Friday. Yeah.
It doesn't look like you're in that big storm, though. It looks like you should miss that giant storm that's rolling through the entire United States here in the weekend. So you guys should be good.
We caught a break.
It's meteorologist Brian Bulaga.
I was just going to say, it's the Weather Minutes with Brian Bulaga. Brian, Mark Tauscher, and Tausch, shiv me if I'm being inaccurate here. Tausch is recommending that your favorite offensive line coach, Jimmy Campen, come out of retirement, quasi-retirement, because he is working for the Packers in some capacity in the personnel
I think that
department.
term working is, you could throw that in quotes. He's down in Florida golfing and having dinner with Brian.
And watching film of offensive line prospects That's work. He thinks that he should be the next offensive line coach of the Green Bay Packers. What say you?
I mean, listen, I'm never going to say no to Campy being the O-line coach of the Green Bay Packers. I will never say no to that. That's if he wants to do that, and if that's what Matt wants to do. I mean, I think we got to remember when this whole firing cycle happened with McCarthy in 2018, I'm pretty sure Campy interviewed, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Campy interviewed for the job, and obviously, Matt went in a different direction. So you're not. I'm not sure if Matt now would see it as the same. Now, Campy obviously has been to different places. He's been in different offenses. He's seen different things since, 2018 when he was with the Packers and kind of with the same system for so long. So Campy's been able to adapt and learn new schemes and see different things. So if they're actually looking to make a change in a line, and that's, I don't know if that's even something that they're doing. Is that something that's in the talks, Jason? I have no idea.
I am always
I have no clue.
uncomfortable discussing people who...
You ain't that uncomfortable.
I am, though. Come on. Don't tell me what I am and am not uncomfortable with.
You ain't that uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable. And now you're making it more uncomfortable.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Then. Yeah. Okay. So
I think it's more likely than not going to be vacant.
Thank you.
Okay. So then I guess it goes down to like if they don't move Steno back there, or Steno takes another job, or he goes somewhere else, right? And he follows Hafley or something of that nature. I don't know what's going to happen, right? No one knows at this point. The carousel of Green Bay Packers coaches begins essentially right when Hafley was hired in Miami. If that is available and that's something Campy wants to do, listen, I would love it. I think he would be a great guy for that room. I think he would really help develop some of these guys that I'm not saying that haven't developed, but I think there's a consistency issue, right? Like I think that's the thing that we see with this offensive line is a consistency issue where there's really good performances, and then there's performances that you're like, what was that? Like that's not what you put on tape last week, and now you're putting that on tape this week. So I think Campy would be obviously really good in that aspect because I think he really gets guys to play at a very, very high level consistently. And I think Tausch knows this. I know this. That's the key to playing offensive line in the NFL is being just steady Eddie all the time. Like not having big drops and then really big highs where you're like, oh my gosh, look how amazing that is. Like, yeah, that's amazing for a game, but are you going to consistently do that for another 16? And that's the biggest thing that I feel like when you watch this offensive line, it's a consistency issue. And when I got, when Matt first came in and it was Steno and Butkus, they were able to kind of take over a group that was, besides bringing in Billy Turner as a free agent, but obviously you pay a free agent, you have expectations that free agent is going to, be a good player and be a good fit for your system. And then obviously Elton and Lane Taylor kind of battled it out for that left guard spot. Then Elton took over. They took over an offensive line that, for the most part, was pretty consistent to begin with, right? Dave, Corey, myself, and then you add in your free agent that you sought out. Then obviously Elton, who ended up being phenomenal. You had a pretty good line to begin with, so the consistency issue wasn't the problem, right? And then as time moved on and some of these, I obviously left, and that was kind of a rotation at right tackle till Zach Tom took it over. And then Dave left, and now the left tackle position is kind of now up in the air again. And now we have an issue at center since Corey left. It's been an issue since Corey left. Let's just call it what it is. They haven't been able to replenish those positions with consistent players. Consistent is the key. Not saying they don't play well at times or this, but it's just consistent play. And I think if you bring in someone like Campy, if that job is vacant, then yeah, I think he would be a good fit for it.
Blue, is this the most flux that we've seen this O-line? Because there was some flux last year, but you felt pretty good. You paid Banksy. You felt great about Elton. You still had a little bit of moving parts, but you thought Sheeto was going to hold down the left tackle spot. Right now, I don't know what they're going to do. Other than Belton at right guard or a Zach Tom at right tackle, I don't know. Belton had a up-and-down rookie campaign. They're going to give Jordan Morgan the opportunity at left tackle, but you certainly can't just put all your eggs in that basket. It is about as fluxy of a position as we've seen in quite some time.
It is. I mean, you're looking at, obviously we have to see what happens with Banks with the contract. No one knows what's going to happen there, right? Like no one has any idea how Goody and Russ Ball and everyone there is going to play that contract. Jason, you explained to me the numbers on it. I think was it last week?
Yeah.
When we were on, I mean, that's a heavy cap hit if you let him go. It's a big cap hit if you keep him. I mean, either way, it's a big cap hit. So what do you do with that? I mean, do you think the second half of that season, when he finally got a little bit more healthy and he played more consistent, is that the guy you're going to continually get? If that's the case, then you hold on to him for another year, and now you have two positions that you feel good about, with Zach Tom, obviously with the surgery that he's going to have, that's going to take some recovery time. You can't leave that out of your head as well, right? Like that's another thing that I love Zach Tom, but coming off a patella tear surgery, you don't know how these things progress. You don't know how guys recover from them. I mean, I don't know. I've never met a guy that's popped a patella. I don't know how that recovery is. I have no clue. I have no idea. But you look at the rest of the group, you look at center. I mean, Belton, like you said, was up and down. So right guard, add right guard into it, and then left tackle. Jordan Morgan's obviously, like you said, the guy, but there has to be some evidence-based, film study that's like, all right, he's for sure the guy. And there just isn't that there right now. So yeah, you're looking at three, and based on Banks's situation, potentially 4 spots that you need to figure out. And Jason, you know the cap situation way better than I do. It's not that good. Like the cap situation isn't like bounty and plentiful, and like it's not there to go get guys that can fill these positions. So yeah, I'm a little nervous about it. And you look at what we had in as backup, guys trying to develop behind it, just wasn't there. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It just wasn't there. So it's going to be an interesting offseason of how Goody and all, the scouts and everything like that fill this group out, because it's cupboard isn't as full as I thought it was going into this year. Let's just put it that way.
No doubt. And I think one of the things you're going to see, because they gave up those first-round picks, is they are going to only probably go after players that get cut, because they are now going to be balancing this compensatory draft pick formula, and they have a lot of guys. If it's Quay, if it's Sheeto, if it's Malik Willis, they're going to be able to grab some third and fourth-round picks out of this comp pool, and they're not going to want to go and pick up, because I think it'd be awesome to solidify things and go get Linderbaum from Iowa. Great player. Would solidify a spot, bang, right now if you get him. Yeah. But it's going to cost a bunch, and you're going to end up taking away from your comp picks. Now, I still think if Baltimore's dumb enough to let him go to the market, you find a way to figure it out, because that spot, to me, if you can get that solidified, and maybe it is Sean Ryan, that's the road you go down. So, Blue, I always love having you put on your coaching hat or your GM hat or your Russ Ball hat.
Shiv hat.
If you're Matt LaFleur and you watched what you saw, and I would say Goody last year obviously didn't think the O-line was good enough, because that's why he went out and did what he did, moved guys around. This year was worse. It wasn't better. What are you doing? And I know we all love Campy, and we're talking. I think that's more of a pipe dream. Are you switching things up? Do you think it is? Do you think Matt LaFleur needs a little change-up or a switcheroo here at that spot?
At the O-line coach spot?
Yep.
So it's a tough call for me because I know how I think Buckus is a good coach. I got to be in the room with him. I got to see how he kind of dealt with guys and how he interacted with guys and things like that. And that was when he was in the assistant role, obviously under Steno. But I think Buckus is a good coach. Now, I think obviously that was his first time around doing it, right? Like, I mean, the last few years, obviously the last few years doing it. But I think you can only go as far as looking as, and again, I always put it back on the players. Like it's always a player's game. It always has been, and it always will be. How are the players performing, right? Like, and this, sometimes that has nothing to do with coaching. That is absolutely nothing to do with how the coach is and things like that. I mean, I was with Campy for a long time, and there were guys who were supposed to be guys that stepped in and played, and they just never cut it. Certainly wasn't because of Campy or his lack of, willpower to try to get that guy to perform at a high level. I mean, it certainly wasn't that. So I can't sit here and say it's Buckus's fault because, listen, man, like you get the guys that you get and you do your best to put them in. I mean, and obviously the offense is the offense, but you try to develop them the best you can, right? But sometimes you can only do so much with the guys that you have, right? And you max out their talent level. And obviously Sheed's going to hit the market and probably get paid a decent amount of money. But what did we see from last year Sheed to this year Sheed? Did we see a major jump in performance? Like that's and to me, like, I don't think so. And Sheedo struggled down the stretch, in my opinion. Now, to me, that has nothing to do with coaching. Like that, I mean, that doesn't really have much. I mean, I would say last year would be coaching because now you're getting him in and he's a full-time starter and everything like that. And how does the coach get him mentally prepared to do that job? This year, he took on the role. It's his role. And now it's up to you as a player to be a high-level, consistent performer. That's what you're counted on to do. And it's not like they were asking them to do something that was completely out of the norm. That's what, you know what I mean? It's like they changed schemes. They had Jacobs last year. They had Jacobs this year. It's not like they're changing the run game and things like that. Like this was the same scheme. So it's not being taught different. They're not being asked to do anything different. It comes down to what the players do on the field. And to me, like sometimes if you don't have the right guys, you can only take them so far. And then you're going to get those inconsistent performances, kind of like I talked about when I first got on. Like it's just the inconsistencies. And sometimes you can get guys to perform at a high level. And man, sometimes guys just don't do what they need to do. And we've seen that this last year. And it's the unfortunate part. And obviously it's always going to get pointed back to the O-line coach, right? Like, well, he's not getting them ready. Well, I mean, if it was just up to Campy to get me ready every week, right? Campy would not have been there that long. If it was up to him to make sure every guy was ready, that's not a good place to be as a coach because you have to rely on your guys to be ready to go, right? Like, and that's why everyone loved Campy because he allowed guys, their own space to get ready and how they prepared and each individual technique. So to me, it's a tough question. And, I just don't, I'm not sold on it's a Butkus problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sold on that.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. Look, first of all, I always feel like the offensive line coach is like the football equivalent of the hitting coach in baseball. Hitting coaches get fired all the time because the team's not hitting. Is it really their coaching that is preventing guys from hitting, or is it maybe the guys just can't hit, right? And so,
scheme, and Jason, also scheme matters too.
Yes,
because you can be a good offensive tackle, and if you're blocking Myles Garrett, you might not be a good offensive tackle that day. Like that's also a part of it. So let's not just lump this all on Butkus and everything else. you also have to, as a play caller, understand, oh, yeah, Bulaga's a really good player. We could put him out on an island. Well, yeah, if Reggie White and his prime's out there, you maybe want to give him a little help, even though he is a hell of a player, because even Trent Williams.
I would take it. I would take
help.
it. I'd take the help all day. I'd take the help all day. Does not matter.
Speaking of comparisons to Brian Bulaga, I didn't realize this until I looked this up while Brian was talking. It might not just be Aaron Banks' contract that is a factor here. You hated getting the Chad Clifton big Lamborghini treatment. You know who was on a variation of that? Aaron Banks, right? Aaron Banks will, even though he was in the 2021 draft, Aaron Banks will turn 29 years old on September 3rd, which is not like super old, unless of course you work in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which means you've got 1 year before you get put out to pasture. So if he dealt with an ankle and a back and a knee, so he was dealing with injuries this season. He's not getting any younger. His contract is onerous, whether you keep it or move it.
You just brought up a point, and I think, you know how the NCAA is letting guys play 7 or 8 years now? 6, 7. 8 years.
6, 7. Yeah.
Is it possible?
6, 7.
And Goody made that comment that blew our minds last time about only 2 2.5 draft picks get second.
1.6
draft picks get a second deal. Your Banks point there was just triggered my head, and you know that's a dangerous place.
Triggered you, yeah. Triggered.
There is a potential here where the NFL is going to just start, if you are not a big boy player, they're going to say, you're now going to start seeing 24, 25, and 26-year-old rookies. It's like the old Mormon school, Darrell Bevell.
Yeah.
And guys are going to get to 30 after their first deal, and people are going to be like, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We got you for $15 million for 5 years. We appreciate you. We're going to go back, because now all of these players, everybody's like, oh, the NFL is going to have to up their ante so that second, third-round picks will come out earlier. And it's like the exact opposite. You can evaluate another year stronger, older, mature, and then you don't have to pay them as much because they're older, and you can say, well, he's 30, he's a lot of wear and tear. This whole thing might just be a matrix that the NFL and the NCAA are working together. And I hadn't thought of it until you just said that about Banksy.
Yeah, and I love. You know what? I'm all on board with this conspiracy. I am on board. They're in cahoots. We need someone to investigate it. You're right. I'm in. The NFL is funding the NIL. How about that? The NFL is funding the NIL.
In all honesty, they should. They're not. You know they ain't giving that cash up, old boy. You know that.
No,
not until they get that 18th game.
Let me tell you something.
When's the next labor disagreement? They'll figure it
2030.
out. No.
Oh, there'll be 18 games, and you have to play 9 years of college football before you're eligible to play. Unless you're a quarterback.
Yes.
You got 9 years. Wow.
Yep.
Brian, before we let you get back to under your minky blanket to keep warm in those frigid temperatures in Florida, I wanted to ask you something about culture, because and you know how it is with Homer. You spend a couple days a week with him. He does not think Matt LaFleur should still be the Packers head coach, which an opinion that is not only something he's entitled to, but he might be right. He might be right, okay? I acknowledge that he might be right. The only thing that I hear more vitriol about, besides Matt LaFleur's gainful employment and now extension, is Rich Bisaccia. And Tausch and I spent some time on this subject yesterday about culture, and I want to get your take on it because, again, I know that this is not what Packers fans who don't want Rich Bisaccia to continue to coach in Green Bay want to hear. But from every indication from players, from coaches, other people that work in the building, from the equipment staff to the PR staff to the nutrition staff, Rich Bisaccia is beloved in their building. They think he is exactly what they need in terms of solidifying and building their culture. Now, again, feel free to disagree.
Give him the CC job then. Let him be the CC, not the STC.
Yeah. So I understand
that was very dismissive by you. Brian, wasn't that dismissive?
I was trying to. I wanted to
He's got something
I wanted
good
to finish
here.
the
Very
question for Brian.
That was dismissive.
It's not. I'm not dismissing your cleverness.
Kind of dismissive of you to interrupt him with your joke.
I'm being expeditious with this subject so we can get Brian out of here.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, that's all. Now, if I may. Now I've lost my train of thought. No, he's LaFleur's consigliere. There's a bunch of, shall we say, behind-the-scenes qualities that make him valuable in the Packers' opinion. Their special teams have not been good enough. Now, I would again argue that their inconsistency and frequently substandard play on special teams is baked into the cake of how they build their roster. Right? Not enough veteran guys who know what the hell they're doing on special teams. But that's neither here nor there. My question for you, because Campy was probably part of this when you were playing. There are certain coaches that are really important to culture. But how do you know how valuable they are, and how would you, if Matt LaFleur came to you and invited you to come talk to the team and tell Josh Myers he has to pick up his play and everything else you did the last time you went to practice, if Matt LaFleur came to you and said, hey, Brian, what should I do here? Because he's so valuable to the culture. Because the response I've gotten is exactly what Tausch said. Keep him in one role, but have someone else coach special teams. Does it make sense that someone like him, because I would argue that he is the grandpa of the team. And you know how much we love grandpas, right? Like, you've got kids, the grandparents, they got the greatest job in the world. They're always the heroes. They give out candy, they bring presents, and then when somebody's got to get after the kids, the parents are the ones who have to do that job. So he has a role. How do you view what I have told you in terms of the culture, and what would you do if Matt LaFleur asked your advice here?
So that who provides, like, I guess, stability and things like that to a culture is important, because, like, obviously there's certain coaches who are what it's all about, right? Like, I mean, Campy was a good example. He was like, you looked at Campy and he was like Green Bay Packers culture and what Mike wanted and how, like, that he was the epitome of it, right? Like Campy and like KG, you could say KG too. Like KG was a culture guy as well. Like, those are guys that you need to have around. But they also have a job to have their group or guys perform, right? Like, that's also important, because if you want to have a culture, certain groups of, like, your culture setters, that those rooms need to perform, and they need to show essentially what this, if we're going to have an identity as a team and the culture's this and that, like, well, then that guy or coach, his group needs to be the epitome of it, right? Like, that needs to be the epitome of the culture and the identity. And I've heard, listen, so, like, I'm with you, Jason. I've heard nothing but great things about Bisaccia. Like, I've heard nothing but fantastic things about him and how he is as a guy and things like that. Like, so, like, there's no doubt that he is most likely beloved in the building. The players probably love him, which is all good, right? Like, that's great. But at the end of the day, the group has to perform, the unit, essentially. And that's special teams. That's three, punt, kick, return, field, like, also, like, three phases of the game that, people don't think much about until the rankings come out and you miss an onside kick or you miss 3 field goals in a playoff game, then people have an issue with it. And to me, I would tell Matt, if it was me, I would say, like, listen, I get people love Bisaccia, but I'm with I'm with Tausch. You got to make them the co-head coach then, or whatever they do. I don't know what they do. I have no
Culture
idea
coordinator,
how they,
sounds like.
or whatever you want to call it.
You just really need to get the CC in there, don't you?
Or just
You're
like
the
the
one
assistant
talking about
head
his
coach.
culture.
Yeah,
Well,
like
he
the
already is
assistant
the
head coach, and
assistant head coach, right?
I know, but then that's where it ends. That's where it ends, and then you bring in a new special teams coach to get that room performing at a level that is appropriate with how your defense is ranked and how your offense is ranked, because you can't have one group. Yes, you can't have one group consistently underperforming, and is it part player? Of course it is. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not, because I said it about the offensive line, so I'm going to say it about the special teams too. The players on the field dictate everything. Like it's everything, right? Like, and I get scheme is involved and things like that, but like the players have to play to a certain level, right? And who are the guys that Bisaccia has at his disposal to go do the jobs that he's asking? That's always the question. And to me, people love to talk about the youngest roster in the NFL. Well, look at us. But there's a, the bills come due, right? The bills come due on these things at some point all the time. And I said it last year and I said it this year. There's something to be said about having veteran guys when the bills come due to help pay those things off, because they understand what it takes in the business end of the season. And we just haven't had that. So now you're looking at, and I get McManus as the kicker. He's a veteran, but at the end of the day, like, there's another decision you're going to have to make a choice on, right? Was the right decision made between when McManus was hurt and we had the school teacher? I always forget his name because he just kicked the longest field goal. Yeah, he just kicked the longest field goal in Packer. Yeah, I mean, just kicked the longest field goal in Packers history, and whatever, no big deal. His name's just in the record books. But was that the right decision? I don't know. I mean, you look back on it now, I don't know if it was. So like,
should have gotten healthy.
To me,
have rushed back, and then that set him off, and his confidence lost, and he's missing kick. It was a disastrous decision.
Yes. And then who makes those decisions? Is it Matt and Bisaccia? Is it Matt Goody and Bisaccia? Who is making these decisions? Mm-hmm. And to me, that's where you need to identify what you can get better at. And if you need to make a change at special teams, that's what I would do. And I would keep Bisaccia to be the guy that helps keep the culture of the team together. Yeah, sure. If that's what you want, the CC, that's the CC.
Well, Blue. Last one for me. Quick. Culture. Is the culture good here?
Yeah. So obviously, I haven't been on the team since a long time ago.
Sure,
it's true.
And it was a different group of guys. Obviously, it was a different captain at the helm. That was Aaron, right? And the culture was what it was when Matt came in. Matt improved the culture. I think he gave it more of a obviously we stung for 2 straight years. So there was an uplifting kind of vibe to when he came in, and the culture changed, and there was music playing and things like that. And it's just a little more vibrant, right? When you stink for 2 straight years, things are kind of in the dumps, right? Like, let's just call it what it is, right? Like, I mean, it's no fun to miss the playoffs when you have the roster that we had. So he came in and changed that whole culture and the vibe, and the staff was new and very energetic and things like that. So I can't say that like that's changed, right? Or I mean, the guys have changed, but I don't think Matt's attitude and how he approaches things every day has changed. At least that's my opinion on it. I think it comes down to, are the guys, right? Are they taking to the culture that he brings, right? And his approach to work every day, and are they trying to maximize what Matt's trying to do day in and day out? Because Matt is, by all stretches, He's a player-friendly coach. He's fantastic. Guys love him like they do. And I loved him when I was there. I loved playing for him. I thought it was great. I thought he took care of guys.
Is there any fear? You think players fear him at all?
Fear of what?
Of Matt LaFleur.
Fear of not performing.
Fear of Matt?
Or is it? Yeah.
That should be. I mean, I'm getting my house pressure washed, and it's loud here. Hopefully, you guys can't hear that. But fear should be based on you as a player, and fear should be based on, am I doing my job good enough? Like, this is my livelihood. Like, why does the coach have to put the fear of God in you to go play well? Like, this is your job. This is your livelihood. Like, that fear should be based in you as a player and as being accountable to your teammates. Like, that's what it comes down to me. Like, this is about being a professional. I mean, what's Matt going to do? I mean, there's only so many guys on a roster. You could bench one guy and you're going to put in someone.
How many of those guys, if
worse?
you're young, how many of those guys know that? And, the question is, and I think Josh Jacobs is a great culture setter. You know what I mean? So,
yep.
I think that could be a long discussion as these extensions get announced and as Matt LaFleur figures out who his D coordinator is going to be, what he's doing special teams, if he's going to make any staff changes, which I think he has to. I don't think you can just run this thing back. Just hire Jimmy Leonhard or whoever you do at D.C., run everything back. I don't think that's going to satiate this fan base.
Brian,
I agree.
I'm surprised that they're able to pressure wash your house without the water freezing because it's so bitterly cold down there. Thank you for
Me
toughing
too.
it
I
out
don't
with
know
us.
how they're doing it.
We
I don't know how they're
appreciate
doing it. I don't know. How
Heroic
they're doing
effort by Blue today.
It was, no doubt. And I do want to go further into what you guys were talking about at the end there next week, because I do think it's really interesting, and the fear factor is something
Joe
that
Rogan.
I want to.
Eating crickets.
Yeah, but now
it's Johnny Knoxville,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Johnny
show's still
Knoxville.
on the air?
It is. It's back.
No, it's
making
really
a
good.
comeback on Fox,
It's really
I
good.
believe. Brian,
Yeah.
we love you,
Should we
buddy.
do a little fear factor when we're talking about this? Should we do a little fear factor? Like
No.
everybody has to eat sardines, or
No.
everybody's got to have something in front of them?
A shiv.
I'm on board.
No. Good luck. Brian, bye. Thanks.
All right, guys.
See ya, Blue.
Later.
That is the great Brian Bulaga. He joins us every Wednesday, and we are always smarter.
Jesse, you on board with this?
Absolutely
Should we Fear
not.
Factor Friday with
No.
Jason off?
I've never liked Fear
Sounds
Factor.
great. Next
Never.
Friday? This Friday? Sounds great. Yep. Do it.
I'll bring a can of sardines in. We'll wolf down some sardines.
Open up a can of worms.
You're not afraid of sardines. You just think they're like.
I don't love sardines.
How about herring?
And there's actually no. My mom always loved herring, and I always thought it was kind of blah.
Gross. Yeah.
Fear factor
sardines are supposed to
The fear factor is supposed to be like heights, or you're like there's snakes and rats
Dude,
around. you and
anybody
stuff.
that brings up Fear Factor is going to tell you about the junk that they eat. That is top of mind on Fear Factor. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's not.
They're eating pig intestines. They're eating. I can't believe we're eating this. They're crickets, and now crickets have become mainstream.
Yeah. Chocolate covered.
So come on.
All right. One thing that is one of the Fear Factor is one of the few things that you can't get on the brand new ESPN app. But when a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, but not Fear Factor, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. There's no off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep it going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV, where I have it, and on your phone, where I also have it. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpot soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. From worst to first, Indiana's triumphant run to college football prominence sparking a big question. Can the Hoosier model be replicated? Badger great and co-host of Wilde and Tausch, Mark Tauscher, seeing this as a start of a new wave. While off-field processes need retooling, Tausch on the effects this could have on college football.
Now, instead of it being 5 to 8 teams, maybe, there now is hope. There's still going to be the power players, but what we saw last night will be the beginning of a new era.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
What was that?
It was just me, or I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, you know. I mean, at 67 in sofa years, I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhafels. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhafels has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Steinhafels.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Join before January 31st to get the lowest rates of 2026. Make sure you join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Thanks to Brian Bulaga for his one very long segment. Tausch, I'm going to ask you one question, then we'll get to our top of the hour break at about 10:26. You brought up fear, and then we got sidetracked with Fear Factor and eating pig's intestines and this and that and the next thing. Don't know why we ran so late. Is it important for players to have fear, and in what way should they have fear? Because it was a great question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just so different. Like, I had fear, not every day, but there is always that underlying fear about disappointing your teammates, losing your job. Like, I think as long as it's healthy, it's okay. And obviously now, I think when you start talking to mental health people and, performance coaches and everything else, you don't want to have a lot of that. You want more of the positive vibes and everything else. But I just think that adrenaline and that motivation from some of the greats was about proving people wrong, and there is a little bit of a blank these guys, and it's a really fine line, and I think the healthier way to do it is just you don't have a ton of fear, but there's always in the back of your mind kind of that fight or flight type deal, and you just always have the fight part of it. And, you know, it's just a different era now, and I don't think you can't coach like Ditka, and I don't know how Lombardi would coach. You talk to all the guys that played for him, and it was tough. You talk about fear, it was fear all over the place. And they actually used their fear, I'll use that word lightly, of him as a rallying cry for the team.
Right.
You talked to Jerry and when Fuzzy was around, and, you know, it was awesome to hear those stories. Those days are no longer here. But everybody wants to keep their job, and there has to be – it can't just be, you know, kumbaya and, he's a player's coach. There has to be a high level of accountability, and that is the question that you have as far as does that fit where we're at with this group.
So fear of letting your teammates down makes total sense to me. I from my outsider perspective, I did not play in the NFL. Constantly being in fear of your job feels like not the greatest way to motivate, not the most enlightened way to motivate, right? And so
I agree, but there also should be, if you keep making the same mistakes, it can't just be, get him next time, Charlie. Like there has to be some accountability. And yes, I agree. You can't go in every day. What a horrible work environment that would be.
Agreed.
Whereas if every day they're like, Tausch, you can't talk about fear factor, or you can't do this, I would not probably enjoy my job like I do. Same thing in here. If you're going in every day just shivering, thinking, if I miss this block, I'm getting cut. But the reality is, if you're a late pick, that happens. Sean McDermott, they just did a press conference on, you talk about non-Truman and up, they're throwing everybody under the bus up there. And
Terry
the owner
Pagula
basically said, the Denver playoff game is the reason we just fired old boy. That's it. That's the business we're in. And if you don't like it, I get it, but it is.
Tausch, the one thing that you don't have to worry about and be in fear of is when American Family Insurance is your insurance company, because you are safe under their roof.
Indeed, you are. And American Family Insurance has been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch since the jump, and since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams. They also are out in the community. Got the big golf tournament that's going to, I know it doesn't feel like it right now. That'll be here before you know it. We did that great campaign for the Children's Hospital. They are everywhere in the community. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Packers' search for a new defensive coordinator is underway, and there is one name that has Packers fans and Badgers fans intrigued. Denver Broncos assistant and former Wisconsin Badgers defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard. You know who's one of his strongest advocates? Barry Alvarez.
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I'd go Matt LaFleur, get the best coach I could get, and that's Jimmy Leonhard. I think everybody's recognized his ability. They respect what he's accomplished, his knowledge. If you can get Jimmy Leonhard, they need to go get it.
From last night's Barry Alvarez show on ESPN Madison, find the full show available on the YouTube channel or on the ESPN Wisconsin app. NBA, the Bucks host the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, 8:30 tip, pregame at 8 o'clock here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. College basketball, Wisconsin women 10-1 at the Kohl Center. They host 24th-ranked Nebraska tonight at 6:30. WIAC Wednesday, 7 o'clock on the app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starting right on time. We got a couple of segments to get to before we get to Homer. And, Jesse, today's Wednesday, right?
It is. Yeah.
We don't take calls on Wednesdays.
Not normally.
But you've got one?
Well, in fairness, Justin in San Diego called in. And because, San Diego...
Johnny Knoxville.
Justin in San Diego listens often on the ESPN Wisconsin app to our podcast afterwards.
Sure. So it's only 8:29 out there by him.
He called in and he said he was catching up and wanted to offer some thoughts on what we'd talked about the last couple of days.
My laptop says it's for whatever reason it's on West Coast time, and I can't figure out how to change it. It says 8:29
I can't tell you how
right
shocked I am that you can't figure out how to change it.
That's incredible.
Well, let's talk to Justin, who's on the same time frame as Tausch.
Tausch's laptop.
I'm a little groggy today. I am a little groggy today.
Yeah. It's because you got shivved. Justin, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Let's get your thoughts.
Super.
What do you got?
All right. So I'm listening on Monday. You guys get into the whole spiel on, the re-signing. Obviously, everyone was excited about the Bears' loss. I couldn't agree more. That was fabulous to watch. You were saying, what's your one word, right? And I guess mine is meh or resigned, I think it's everything you guys have talked about. LaFleur has done a phenomenal job developing Jordan Love. Tosh, you argued that it's really year 4 because it's a super young roster. It's not the Rodgers year. I'd agree with that. But I think two things just keep, resonating in my ear. I'd love to have you ask this sometime in the next 8 months, Wilby, which is, has he learned anything? Has he learned anything from all of these epic collapses, from what happened this season 3 times where we had the lead late in the fourth quarter and lost, all the stats that teams that had that set up.
Oh, we're losing.
Oh, we lost Justin. He's underwater in the ocean.
But point was made.
We got the point.
He's out there with Shamu.
Yeah, we got the point there. And I would say that is a great question that I will ask him. I will ask him, hopefully. I'd prefer to ask that in a one-on-one setting as opposed to in a press conference because I think I'll get a better answer. But yes, because if there's one thing that I am... Go ahead.
I have a great idea.
Oh, God.
I have a great idea for you.
Okay. I'm listening.
You know how LaFleur took you up in his office and was explaining to you kind of his offense, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Why don't you ask him, hey, can we go through the first 3 drives of the second half, what your mindset was, and because this whole concept that he got conservative and everything else, he could refute that and you could chronicle it. I would love to get inside his head what he was thinking, what happened, how it played, because as I said at the moment, that second 3 and out is when everybody was like, oh, blank, this thing, we can see the collapse coming. That, to me, would be great journalism. Go ahead.
Thanks. I would love to do that. I
think you'll do it.
I still am irritated with Jeff Hafley, who we wish nothing but the best, but he was going to give us a whole some might say webinar, but in person, of understanding his defense, and now he's gone. So thanks for nothing. I would love to do that. I would also, to Justin's point, I do think that the conversation that is completely inbounds and fair is to say it feels like there's been a lot of big games where you guys weren't up to the task, right? Where you collapsed or you made crucial mistakes at the worst possible moment. What lessons did you take from that? I think Justin's question is a capital J journalism question, and I love it. And I would like to ask that in private, not in a press conference setting, but I will write that down. And the next time I get Matt LaFleur one-on-one, I will ask about that, because I do think that is one of the biggest things he has to show that he is up for, and that is winning big games, delivering your best when your best is required, as the old saying goes. Yep. Speaking of the best, well, sometimes you're the best at PrizePicks, but other times you kind of stink. But recently you've been on a good run.
Good, pretty good little weekend. I am going to go to the Bucks game tonight, so when I do that,
rivalry night.
Yanni tonight, 27.5. I got stung last time. I think tonight he's going to go off. I think Shea Gill, SGA, 31.5. Jesse, which way should I go?
I'm sorry, who?
I don't necessarily know
Shea
his
Gilgeous Alexander.
Yeah.
SGA.
Yeah, I was trying to if I may, y'all are telling me we're up against the clock. I'm trying to save time.
You shortened his name out of concern for the time.
Shea SGA.
Thank you. SGA 31.5. Where am I going tonight, Gel?
Over.
More.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What are you new here?
I'm sorry. That's
this is 5 or 6 years we've been doing this, and you're still
more
or less.
I'm Mr. PrizePicks. I'm sorry. I messed it up.
If I may. PrizePicks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy. Build a lineup in under 60 seconds, and you pick more or less. Jesse. On at least 2-player projections. You watch the game with even more excitement. I know I will tonight. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. I'm nervous, though. Bucks have been kind of El Stinko. Is Giannis going to get 27.5 if it's an El Stinko tonight? I don't know. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use that code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Good news is, though, this one means a lot. You have the last two defending, or no. Did we just beat them in the World Cup Championship a couple years ago?
Oh, my God.
The World Cup?
Isn't that what they call that? The Emirates World Cup Championship?
The NBA Cup champions.
I think it's World.
It's not.
There's something World about it.
No. They played in Vegas.
I say tomato, you say tomato. You use code WI and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, PrizePicks, it is good
to be right.
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, you and Pitbull. Steve the Homer True is worldwide, and he's going to join us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to start saving money and saving the planet with an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Teams competing in the playoffs know that no game at this stage is ever easy, but you know what can be easy? Making the switch to solar energy thanks to the great team at Everlight Solar. Our family was looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time, but we weren't quite sure where to start. That's when we met the team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Talk Badger sports year-round with the Jump Around podcast.
Just look at what we're doing right now in the transfer portal. We are getting guys to win football games. And, the schedule this upcoming year is a lot lighter. I can see us being in the playoffs. Worst possibility, having 9 wins, 10 wins, that's the worst, I think.
The Jump Around, brought to you by Steinhoffels. Streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Your New Year routine just got a major refresh thanks to Carbless. Staying mindful, Carbless has 0 sugar and 0 carbs. Watching calories? We've got you covered. Still want something bold and delicious? Well, that's our specialty at Carbless. Whether you're out celebrating or settling into post-holiday goals, Carbless keeps things light, fun, and completely guilt-free. Start your 2026 with flavor and no compromise. Celebrate the new year with bold flavor, 0 guilt, and a drink that keeps things light. Happy New Year from Carbless. Let's make your new year feel flawless.
There's no chill on the deals at Metro Ford of Madison. Right now, get into a 2025 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for up to 66 months plus $2,000 retail bonus cash. Looking for something sporty? Check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport with 3.9% APR up to 66 months, $2,500 bonus cash. Or lease for $319 a month with $38.49 due at signing. But hurry, offer ends February 2nd. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. You know, I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and now I love making new memories, enjoying it with my family today. For a limited time, Pizza Hut's big New Yorker pizza is just $10. An extra large pizza with 6 huge foldable slices and bold New York style flavor. Big size, big value, and just $10. Order right now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times. For a limited time, order a big New Yorker pizza for just $10. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. You're making love.
Joining us now, he is the voice of Marquette men's basketball. You can hear him on the Homer Hour every weekday when it's not preempted by Marquette basketball. From 5 to 6 on ESPN Milwaukee. And, of course, you can find him on God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip. I'm going to do what he does to me when I appear on the show, except I'm not going to chime in then. I'm going to get on the cot and turn things over to Tausch with this question for Homer to address, and that is, why is he such a believer that extending Matt LaFleur was a mistake? Because that, I believe, is his position. Turning it over to Tausch and Steve the Homer True. Homer, I'm on the cot.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Now, I have not used the cot in some times. Now, you can check how many shows, and I won't use it anymore, but it's nice of you to bring it up. Before I get addressed to Tausch, I do want to make it clear. I must not communicate well because, though I understand that a lot of people on Wilde and Tausch don't listen, my position on LaFleur, I was tweeted back on Saturday, Homer, I thought you wanted Matt LaFleur gone. Was I mistaken? To which I responded, and it's available now if you want to listen, if I could get Harbaugh or the Cleveland guy. Said before the Bears game would give him 1-year extension so he's not a lame duck next season. I give him another year because I like the players, and I think injuries caused the season-ending losses. If another struggle next year, he is gone. My concern about coach and GM, they are good, but not good enough. So I listened earlier today, and Jason said I wanted him fired, which is not the case.
He did. Well, he's a shiver. Wilde will shiv you now. That's
Very
part
much.
of the deal.
Shivy McGee.
But it's possible that on the post-game show after the Chicago game, in which I thought you said you wanted him fired,
No,
I may have
it's not what I said.
gone more in that
It
direction.
was soundgraphed that way.
Yes, and the quote was, I don't see how he keeps his job based on how that game went. And obviously that's not the same as saying, I think they should fire him. It's not.
Mincin.
Just
That's
like
a lot of
saying,
mincing.
just like saying,
no, it's mincing.
Do not do
David
that.
Hedges.
On other shows, you can run with that, but ain't nobody behind
Get that shiv away.
Post-game every week.
Again, if you are advocating for them to try and hire John Harbaugh,
Did you see him pull the shiv? He tried to shiv me virtually.
He pointed at you like the Wicked Witch.
if you
What the hell is going on around here?
You know exactly what's going
the
on
big
around
shiver.
here. You know
You
exactly
got him all
what's going on
riled
around
up.
here. You
Oh,
do.
I do know it. I love it. And you know I love it.
Yeah, and I don't. Homer, if you are trying to hire Jim Harbaugh while Matt LaFleur is still the coach, how would you describe what your idea was exactly?
Why? Just wait. Let me jump in here. Why do you want Harbaugh so bad? His resume ain't that great, Homer.
What?
Harbaugh's resume ain't that great. McCarthy's resume is as good as his.
But I'm amazed that we have this discussion. Clearly, I'm not the only one who feels this way. The first two coaches who got hired were Harbaugh and the Cleveland guy. So to act like this is something, I can't believe you would have this opinion. Apparently, these
If
people
his
in the
name was
NFL
John Johnson, he ain't getting that job.
I don't care
Period.
why.
Finn.
I don't care why.
I
Dude,
do.
The team, hold on. The first coach hired is John Harbaugh. How can then you act like my opinion is weird or whatever it is? Like his resume.
No, I'm asking you, Homer. Don't get. Hey.
Why don't you call Atlanta and ask why they like the Cleveland guy? Huh? And maybe they don't know
Maybe
much
I will.
about him.
I'll call Matt.
The two first coaches hired were the two I said that I would replace LaFleur with only if they were available. I can do it in private. It's done all the time. I'm just shocked at this discussion, but continue.
Homer, can you please tell me what on John Harbaugh? He won a Super Bowl in 2012. He lost the 1 seed with the MVP quarterback twice at home. They didn't even get to a Super Bowl in the last 12 years. What are we doing? We're crowning him like he's Vince Blank and Lombardi. He's a nice coach. He's old. He's 63. His own owner told him to take a year off in Baltimore. What is the allure? Because the Giants hired Ben McAdoo and Joe Judge. Who knows their judgment? What the hell are you talking about?
Let me just check. If the Giants hadn't hired him, no one else would. He was the number one candidate in the NFL. Ask all of them. This is not
You ask him. You're the one. You go ask him. I'm not the one promoting him. You are.
I told you. I picked him because
you told me what?
As a response
refute
to
what
LaFleur,
Homer, I'm not going to yell at you.
I'll explain why
Steve,
I did. As a response to LaFleur, he's the perfect because LaFleur has no edge, and Harbaugh is exactly the opposite. When you transfer from a coach that has no edge, creates nothing, to a guy who does, that can maybe make that coach do better because of the change that would normally be the case. If you had some other coach in Green Bay, I wouldn't have necessarily liked Harbaugh as much. But I like him, and the discussion that how can you do this is insanity. Your guy, the guy you're backing, has done nothing ever in his career compared to Harbaugh. Harbaugh is better than LaFleur in every facet of every coaching challenge. Every.
In 2012, I agree. In 2018 on, I would vehemently disagree. And by the way, if Matt LaFleur was available, he'd have gotten a job ahead of John Harbaugh. Period. Finn. Okay?
Don't know.
So this
Disagree.
Well, hold
Disagree.
up 1
Giants
second.
Wouldn't have hired
Hold
him
up.
First. Giants would have
Hold
hired
up.
Harbaugh over LaFleur. You're telling me
Maybe.
the Giants would have
You know what the
picked
beautiful
LaFleur over
part?
Harbaugh.
You know the beautiful part about this is nobody will know. Nobody
Correct.
will know.
That's why
But
you said
I
it.
just want you to tell me, listen, man,
Yes.
if there's one thing I hope you've learned on this show from me is that the NFL comes at you fast. What you did 12 years ago doesn't matter jack to anybody, okay? It's what have you done for me lately and what are you going to do for me in the future? And John
It did for
Harbaugh's
11
resume,
years.
from, if I may, John Harbaugh's future or performance from 2018 to now has not been good enough. And it wouldn't be good enough here, and it wasn't good enough there, and he plays with an edge. How they do with an edge against Pittsburgh in a playoff, basically a playoff, they didn't even win. Okay, so this whole concept is just crazy to me.
You're going to bring up any game, understanding the last game that your current coach did. I wouldn't go there. There's no
Your
game in the history
again, you're doing
of
it
Harbaugh's
again.
career in all those years where he ever screwed it up or the team. You want to go look at the numbers of games, late games screwed up by a coach? LaFleur is among the leaders all time. Somebody else.
Well,
can put up
Harbaugh's
the
on
numbers.
top of it, too.
You
Harbaugh,
talk about
hey,
games.
go back to
Don't bring it up with
Harbaugh,
LaFleur as
week
your
1
starter.
against Buffalo, gagged it away. Harbaugh
Hey,
is
we're
just
talking,
in,
come on. Week 1 was his playoff.
Come on.
You got to do better
Come
than that.
on. Okay. I
You
just
don't wanna go
think
games.
there's been
Nobody has screwed
There's
up
been-
games they were supposed to win as much as LaFleur
This
in his
season?
career. 99%.
This season?
97%. There's
I can't disagree that this season was not Matt LaFleur's best. They lost close games. They shouldn't have been in close games. I'm not arguing
How
with you on
many
that.
other close
And I'm not
lost?
saying it. All I'm saying is this glazing you're giving John Harbaugh is crazy. That's all.
No.
I'm not none of the other stuff.
Saying
Your
he's
points
better
on
than LaFleur is not
at this
glazing,
point
whatever
in
you
time
call
he's
it at all.
not. He wasn't
Well,
he
fine.
was 15 years ago. He's not right now.
Okay.
He's not.
All right. Okay. Well, it didn't come up because he wasn't available or they didn't get him. They didn't take my approach, so they got LaFleur back.
Okay. All right. Well, you wanted him fired. That's what
I
I heard.
did not. I wanted
That's
him
what I heard.
Well, again,
So the big
go on
shiver
Twitter,
told me.
check. I wanted him replaced
Big
by
shivy.
Harbaugh or the Cleveland guy. Neither were available because clearly NFL teams think like I do. They were gone right away. So you have LaFleur, and I'm willing to give him a chance.
Well, I'll tell you what, that hiring policy they've had since Tom Coughlin, what a hell of a job those Giants have done. Wow. They've hired everybody. That's great. So whatever they do, you want to emulate. Get the heck out of here. Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's got to be tough to come up with this stuff.
From your end? Oh, I agree.
No.
How you're defending you literally are painting John Harbaugh like he's Bill Walsh and Bill Belichick, and he's just not.
I don't know.
He's
no.
not.
You make
No,
this
you
stuff
are.
up. Listen to me. I don't think
did.
LaFleur is anything special. So for Harbaugh to be better than him doesn't require him to be Bill Walsh. It requires him to be a little bit better, and given the softness and no edge of LaFleur, Harbaugh fits even better. Nothing has ever been said about the greatness of Harbaugh. All he has to do is be better for the Packers than LaFleur. Now, why you think I have to pick a guy as Bill Walsh to follow LaFleur, that's the problem.
I would just say this. I don't know how anyone, if you listen back to this segment, if you think that it sounds to you like Homer doesn't think that the Packers should have moved on from Matt LaFleur and that he should get another, I'm sorry. You called him our coach when you were yelling earlier. Again.
Which comment are you saying where you were
Look, it's hard to keep
saying about yesterday's show.
That's
with
where
you?
we can't even sort through his bibliography of all this stuff.
No, just moments ago, you called Matt LaFleur your coach when you were yelling at Tausch. Moments ago. Your coach has lost more close games and blown more games late than anyone in history, even though I don't have any statistics to back that up.
That is
it's
a
just
quote.
how I feel.
That is a quote.
Well, what's the point of emphasizing that? What does that mean about anything?
Because
Did I use
look,
your one?
either
Good
look,
counterpoint.
The point of emphasizing it is I don't know why anyone would get the impression that you don't think the Packers should have kept Matt LaFleur. Because you argue this with such incredible
why do you
passion.
Say this? What I say doesn't matter. The words don't matter.
You wanted them to pursue some other coach while they still employed him.
Hey, if this station could get Mad Dog to replace me, I would tell them to look at him. And I got people I tell them to pick above you in the country. That doesn't mean I don't think you're great.
Wow.
I got people I tell them to pick above Tauscher if they could get him. But that doesn't mean I don't think he's great.
Who do you
no
got?
Need to go there.
Who's replacing me in your book? It's probably a Harbaugh, is my guess. Love Harbaugh. Is it Jack Harbaugh, the old man? You want Jack Harbaugh to host 15 hours a week with Wilde? He couldn't handle that.
Who's got it better than us?
I would pick.
Who's got it better than us? Not Jack.
I would pick Colin Cowherd over you if he was available.
Wow.
To do a local show.
I wouldn't.
And
You're
I would pick
crazy.
Schefter over Jason.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know what his
No,
hosting
for the record,
abilities
Jason, there are guys I would not pick Schefter over you. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Real talk.
Who would you pick over me?
I'll tell you off air.
Peter Burns.
Huber.
Cliff Crystal. I would pick Cliff
Tom
Crystal.
Silverstein.
No, I would not.
Boy, this conversation took a weird turn.
It did. I don't know how we got there other than Homer announcing that there are people that he would choose to host this show instead of us.
Thanks for leaving me out of it.
And me, excuse me. And I said, and me.
Homer, are you on board with Jim Leonhard as the next Packers defensive coordinator?
Sure. I'm, I just think that the discussion that LaFleur should do anything other than the way he's done things is crazy because I just gave him a 3-year extension. If I'm him, I'm going, dude, I'm doing it the same way. And why would I
Is that
change?
confirmed? Is it 3
more
years?
It's the first I've heard
Is it
that.
3?
Yeah.
No way.
Did you break that, Homer? I haven't heard that.
3. There's no way it's less than 3. Whatever you want to bet. No way.
I'm not disagreeing. I thought you just reported it, and I'm like, dang, that first I've heard of it.
The weird part is there are two weird parts to this that I'll finish with. That I've talked about Maruchi, and his dad
point
with
by
the
you.
49ers. With Maruchi, they got rid of him in this exact situation, and now the kid decides to keep the coach. I wonder if that was ever discussed, and the 49ers felt they made a mistake, and the kid is not going to make that same mistake again. In addition, weird with Harbaugh, before last season, with 1 year left, he got a 3-year extension, and they still fired him.
Yeah.
So I don't think that happens very often, but that's odd.
Very
but
interesting.
the Marucci part, to me, I believe that's the case. I believe this is a response to them viewing that the Marucci thing was a mistake, and they're not doing it again with LaFleur. And I'm running with that with absolutely 0% belief that it's true because it's so good.
But it's that is your best point.
That
of
really
this
sums things up, though, doesn't it? I am running with that with 0 evidence that it's actually true because it's so good. I will say this.
It's a great question to ask Mr. Policy.
It is a great
really
question
is.
that when we talk to Ed Policy on the record, I will write that down because it is a great question.
Great question. All right, Homer, before I let you go, Billy Harbaugh or Jim Leonhard as the defensive coordinator?
Billy Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Billy Harbaugh.
Would you hire Billy
Leonhard.
Harbaugh or Jimmy Leonhard?
Leonhard, not even close.
All right.
Well,
in fairness, I don't even know if there is a Billy Harbaugh.
I was going to say you're picking a fictional. Are you picking a fictional Harbaugh over Jim Leonhard?
His love of the Harbaugh name is just so amazing. I wanted to see if this trumped it, and it seems like it did.
And again, it doesn't matter what I say. You're just going to run forever with my love of the Harbaugh. Okay, that's my love of Colin Cowherd. Then
you're bringing Colin Cowherd in. Well, what do you want me?
I don't want to do a show with Colin Cowherd. I'm good. Homer, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Boy, what a show!
Bye.
What a hit this morning! What a hit from Homer, huh? Like I don't understand how he can. And you came in explaining it. He doesn't want Matt LaFleur as the coach. Just say it. Like he doesn't. It's fairly obvious to us, and that's okay. By the way, he ain't alone.
Right. He's got about a third of the fan base that agrees with him.
He's kind of Wilde hedging this a little bit, is what he's doing.
Again, if you are pushing for them to pursue a different coach while your existing coach is still employed, you could split hairs and say, well, it's only because it's John Harbaugh, but that's like.
Well, no, and he also put Stefanski in there.
Yes.
I'm on
Stefanski.
I'm on Homer's team in his line of thought. I disagree with the notion, but I understand where he's defending his honor.
And his argument on, and this was what we got into it yesterday with John Anderson on the Homer Hour. His argument yesterday was that if Kevin Stefanski was able to win games in Cleveland with that owner, that's like finishing 20th in the Daytona 500 while riding a bicycle, because you're at that big of a disadvantage. You love a good analogy.
That's a hell of a finish at Daytona with a bike.
Right, with a bicycle, right? And my point was,
is it an e-bike?
You don't know enough.
Or is it
I
a
don't
regular
know
bike?
enough. Like, we could talk to our ESPN Cleveland teammates. I don't know enough about Kevin Stefanski about whether he's a good coach or not. And because Atlanta hired him, just like your point about the Giants, that doesn't mean the Falcons got it right either. Their track record sucks on hiring coaches too. So I don't know. The reason why Kevin Stefanski is so appealing to some is that he's not Matt LaFleur. To me, he seems very similar to Matt LaFleur in a lot of ways. So I don't know if that's any better either, if you're among those that want a different coach.
Sure.
We will continue to dig out of our very large hole, scheduling-wise, on this program in terms of time management. We will not take calls because it's Wednesday. We already took one, and the guy ended up underwater in the San Diego Bay. If you do need to make a call because you've been injured, though, there's only one call to make, and that is to Gruber offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruber offices. One call, that's all. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the Blue Mountains of cold, refreshing Coors Light. Well, whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue when chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The search for the Green Bay Packers' next defensive coordinator is well underway after Jeff Hafley departs Green Bay to become the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Confirmed candidates that will interview with the Packers include Eagles defensive backs coach Christian Parker, Vikings defensive pass game coordinator Durante Jones, former Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon, and plenty more to come. But when it comes to who the Don, Barry Alvarez, thinks the Packers should hire, it's an obvious one.
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I'd go get the best coach I could get. And that's Jimmy Leonhard.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late in an emergency. The first responder is you. We need you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we pride ourselves on offering a wide selection of stunning lab-created diamonds in all shapes and sizes.
Whether you're looking for a classic round, an elegant oval, or trendy emerald cut.
We have the perfect diamond for you.
Always in stock and ready for you to take home today.
Our lab-created diamonds offer all the beauty and brilliance of mine diamonds.
Sustainable and more affordable at Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
We're on the Packers.
This 2 or 3 year window needs to yield a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
When you bring back everybody, Mr. Policy is telling you we're winning a championship.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
It's Never Dull with Steve the Homer True. We appreciate him joining us. I am scheduled to appear on his program, as I was last night, and as I will be tomorrow night. Tonight at 5:15. I want to play something from last night's Homer Hour with our buddy John Anderson. We'll do that next. But I Tausch, I would like to get this off my chest, if you don't mind. I understand that there is a loud section of the fan base. It is somewhere between 25 and 30% based on polling that don't want Matt LaFleur to be the coach. I hear you. You are justified in having that opinion. The reason why I facially daggered you is because that clip that was played after the playoff loss that was on social media, if you aren't calling for Matt LaFleur's job, and if you are trying to explain whether you agree with it or not, the Packers' reasoning for not moving on from him, you are then branded as someone who wants Matt LaFleur to continue to be the coach. And it's because you drink with him or you're buddies with him or whatever other reasons I keep hearing from people. And my frustration is I am just trying to explain why the Packers did what they did. I am not even willing to say that they did the right thing, because we're going to find out in the next 2 years if they screwed this up and if they should have done something more bold or if they should have cleaned house, whatever it may be. But you heard Homer do it to us. Your coach is what he called Matt LaFleur to us. And that's what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're either, for that group of fans, you're either with them or against them. And if you're against them, then you are for Matt LaFleur. And that is not what I'm trying to do here. And what I said after that game, based on the way they lost and the immediate feeling that I had, was when you lose a game like that, which I think is the extended part of that clip, those are the kinds of losses that get you fired. That's exactly what happens. When you blow a 18-point halftime lead, when your defense, not coordinated by you, but still your defense, because Harry S. Truman, you're the head coach. When you blow a 25-point, you give up 25 points in the fourth quarter and lose to your arch rival for the second time in a month, that's what gets you fired. And I'm guessing that there are a lot of owners, Mr. Insert owner's last name here, who would have fired Matt LaFleur for that. You mentioned Terry Pegula, the owner of the Bills, basically saying if they don't lose to the Broncos, they don't fire Sean McDermott. Well, then would they have fired him next Monday if they lose the AFC Championship game to the Patriots? Is that what he's saying? So, again, I get it, and you know, I know I'm not spending a whole lot of time in the YouTube comments anymore. I'm going on there to get the link and share it on social media and then out. But like all you folks that are in there that are mad that I'm not demanding for Matt LaFleur's job, first of all, A, it's too late, but B, just because they did what they did doesn't mean it's the right decision. Just like draft picks and everything else. They could be wrong, and we're going to find out in the next 2 years. But just because you're not calling for Matt LaFleur's job doesn't mean that he's your guy or you're advocating for him. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Now, I thought that John Anderson, amid all the yelling last night on the Homer Hour, made a really good point, and a very fair point, and a one that I would like to get your reaction to. We will play that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Bucks, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Giannis picks up the loose ball, feeds to Portis. Portis back to Giannis. He lays it in, falling down.
Tonight on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. All January at Steinhoffels, test rest any mattress. Get a $20 lunch gift card, and Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, only at Steinhoffels. Indiana's triumphant run to college football prominence, sparking a big question. Can the Hoosier model be replicated? Badger great and co-host of Wilde and Tausch, Mark Tauscher, seeing this as a start of a new wave. While off-field processes need retooling, Tausch on the effects this could have on college football.
Now, instead of it being 5 to 8 teams, maybe, there now is hope. There's still going to be the power players, but what we saw last night will be the beginning of a new era.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honeydew list that's been sitting on your counter since what, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
It's a new year, and everyone's talking resolutions. Eat better, move more, give up everything fun. Yeah, Carbless says you don't have to do that part, because when you reach for a Carbless, you're choosing a better-for-you cocktail. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, only 100 calories, and full of flavor, you can stay on track with your New Year's resolutions without having to commit to dry January. Start 2026 with balance, not guilt. Your goals matter, and your fun does too. Carbless, your New Year's first good decision.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club.
If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Join before January 31st to get the lowest rates of 2026. Make sure you join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
As promised, here is what John Anderson said during the Homer Hour last night.
I would not have renewed him. I think he has shown us what the floor is, which is great. Floor of the Packers right now is the 7th seed, and a lot of teams would take that. The Browns would kill to be the 7th seed every year for a while, okay? You've shown me what you can do, and you've also shown me your ceiling, which is not the Super Bowl, and there's no way that you can do that. And usually I'm not that knee-jerkish or whatever, but this is 7 years. And as you go on, you can reframe history a little bit because we have more data by which to measure other things. So suddenly now the loss to the Buccaneers looks even worse. The loss to the 49ers in the snow on a botched punt looks terrible. The Browns game looks like, no, that's not terrible. That's not an aberration. That's what he is. When things start to go wrong, he doesn't seem to be able to pull it out. And you can call it a big game or you can call it the Browns games. The number of games that he's lost in excruciating fashion are some of the worst in the franchise history. If we got the 10 worst losses in franchise history, the guy's probably got 6 of them.
Tausch, do you agree with John Anderson's assessment?
So I would say the Rodgers era, like I would argue this. If Aaron Rodgers stayed another year and things went south like they did when we lost to Detroit, Matt LaFleur would have gotten fired. He could have a new coach. The fact that he got Jordan Love and they made that transition bought him some time. Things sped up. And I think the part that is tricky, I don't think his ceiling is hit. We don't know that yet. We know after 7 years, all of his arguments about the Niners game and the Browns game and obviously what we just saw in Chicago, those are all incredibly valid points. And that is the thing that he's got to get over the hump on. But there have been other coaches that have had excruciating losses. The Bills, they never got over the hump. They gave him 9 years and they moved on. And we'll see how that shakes out. Steve Mariucci, which Homer brought up, which Mr. Policy's father, Mr. Policy, fired him, and it ended up being a whole blank show out there for a while until Harbaugh came. So it's always easy to do that. It can be both difficult on both sides of it. It can be difficult to go find someone new and to try to shoot for that. And it's also very difficult to get over those scars that this group has. But I think this year the fact that there were the injuries gave him a little bit of extra grace. And I think it's fair grace. Had we had Micah and Tucker Kraft and we lost that ball game, I'm not so sure this extension happens.
Totally agree with that. 100%.
So is that fair? That's up to you to decide. I think it is, and that's why I was never shouting from the rooftops, he's got to go, And it's also very fair to point out where we're at. And where we're at is it's just not good enough. But that doesn't mean you rip everything down, and at some point you have to make some moves, and you got to get some things fixed. But if you like the basic foundation of a house, you like the layout, but there's some stuff. You got to get some Hallman Lindsay paint splashed here. You maybe need to do a different bathroom, and you want to put new windows in. Do you just shred the whole thing and start fresh? That's up to you. I wouldn't. But there does come a point where it's, this is where we're at. And I do think that threshold is very close, and that's why while they all are saying, we had this extension done, we are going to do this the last 2 weeks, I don't buy that for a minute.
And by the way, if that's what you're thinking, you do have to call Gina Della. You do have to call Hallman Lindsay. You do have to talk to our buddies at Kohler Services and all the other folks that have been in that space and actually do the work. And if you want to be critical, the opportunity to be critical is if they run it back as is, other than changing defensive coordinators because Jeff Hafley left. I got no problem with that criticism. If that ends up being the case, I think Matt LaFleur is going to face some very difficult questions because there are pieces to, while you may believe in the foundation, there's some reno work that needs to be done on the Packers' house. And whether they do it or not and who they hire to do it and all those other things are worthwhile discussions. And to your point, I do think that if they had had a healthy Tucker Kraft and a healthy Micah Parsons, I think they would have been. I think they'd be playing on Sunday. But even if they weren't, if they had lost the exact same way at the exact same point and finished the season the exact same way, Matt LaFleur would not be the coach. He's gone.
I agree.
And you know what else is gone? Your chances of cashing that ticket at Hard Rock Casino Rockford when we all thought that was a no-brainer after 4 straight wins.
Yeah, Micah's injury definitely set us back a little bit, but it's still fun. Went down there, had a great time all summer down there. Great sports book, great slots, great table games, and elevated high-limit room experience. Delivers premium table games tailored for discerning players, enhanced game rules. Blackjack, where the dealer will stand on that soft 17, which is a big advantage. You're going to enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Your next hand could be your best yet. Visit the high-limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge.
Strong finish there. Well done. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, and we have 38 minutes worth of it left. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats! You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers' search for a defensive coordinator continues, and the latest name making the rounds, Jim Leonhard, former Wisconsin Badgers defensive coordinator, currently an assistant with the Denver Broncos. Who's helping circulate that idea? Barry Alvarez.
If I'm Matt LaFleur, I'd go get the best coach I could get, and that's Jimmy Leonhard. I think everybody's recognized his ability. They respect what he's accomplished, his knowledge. If you can get Jimmy Leonhard, they need to go get it.
From last night's edition of the Barry Alvarez Show, find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Basketball, the Bucks play host to the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, 8:30 tip time at Fiserv Forum. Pregame coverage at 8, both on 100.5 ESPN and on ESPN TV. Wisconsin women 10-1 at the Kohl Center host 24th-ranked Nebraska at 6:30.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. 38 minutes to go before we're late for Rich Eisen. Tausch, we've spent a lot of time talking about Jim Leonhard. I think it's important to reiterate he has not interviewed with the Packers. We have had reporting of some interviews that are already out there, some that were supposed to, I believe, start today. Jonathan Gannon is apparently going to get an interview at some point, appears this week. Christian Parker, Durante Jones, those are some of the known names. We've seen Raheem Morris's name floated out there, but again, Matt LaFleur will be competing with other people with close connections to Raheem Morris, including Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn, because Washington is also in the market for a defensive coordinator after moving on from Joe Witt, the former Packers assistant. So it'll be interesting to see where this all goes. We've been playing Barry's clip from the Barry Alvarez show featuring Jesse Nelson and two former Badgers greats in Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh. And obviously Barry is biased. We all understand that. Doesn't mean he's wrong. Are there other reasons? You know, we were just doing that. If John Harbaugh's name was John Jones, you wouldn't be as interested in him. If Jimmy Leonhard was a former assistant and three-time All-American who played 10 years in the NFL, but he'd gone to Purdue, would we feel differently about his name? I think the answer is probably yes, right?
No, it's not probably. It's 100% yes.
So that doesn't mean that he's not a good choice, and we wouldn't know as much about him, and we wouldn't know him personally, but that doesn't mean that if he had the exact same resume, except it was at Purdue, he wouldn't be a really good candidate. We just wouldn't have the connection.
That's why coaches shouldn't listen to all this. They could take it for what it's worth, and I know the Seahawks blog and draft day ended up getting that quarterback drafted.
That was big.
I want Matt LaFleur to go through that process, and I want him to hire the guy because his livelihood is going to be a big part of whom he brings in.
Right.
So if he loves Jimmy Leonhard, that's great for us because we love Jimmy Leonhard. If he doesn't, okay. But this is one of those, you best get this right because there is not going to be a ton of grace given to Matt LaFleur anymore or Mr. Policy or anyone else up in that organization. The days of grace are over. It's a race to win a championship, not a race to get more grace.
Ooh. Sounds like a sound graph to me. I'm
not putting any sound graphs up today from you guys.
Don't worry, AI's got you covered.
Doesn't matter. You don't control that, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
But you can still go in and delete them after they've been posted. All right, we got to get to trivia because we're playing double trivia. It is Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, and we are a game of trivia behind. So Jesse, which callers would you like? And who wrote the trivia questions? We got some Up North Joe specials here.
I wrote 5 of the 6 trivia questions. Yeah. So it's Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, as we've been doing during our
It's
tour.
also WEAC Wednesday.
Yeah, during our tour of the WIAC.
Indeed.
We have a big game in Whitewater tonight. So all the questions today are around Whitewater. 3 of them are very Wisconsin geography specific about Whitewater. The other 3 are more about the Whitewater Warhawks athletics. And one of the questions, a little celebrity shot, comes in from my special guest broadcast partner for tonight's call on the ESPN Wisconsin app, Junior from the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. Gabe is going to be joining me for the call tonight, and he provided one question. He's a fan of the show, listens a lot. He heard when we announced that we were doing this back in early January. He reached out, said he'd love to join for when we come to Whitewater, so I'm looking forward to calling the game with him tonight. Talked to him last night, and he sent over a trivia question for today.
Sounds like a great vetting process you had there. Now, granted, he loves the show, so he's good in my book.
By the way, who is Whitewater? You didn't mention who Whitewater's playing.
Women's basketball, UW Whitewater's 11th ranked in the country. They host 18th ranked Platteville tonight. So it's a little bit of a rivalry game, top
That's
25.
Gonna be a tussle.
It's a good one tonight. Looking forward to it. 7 o'clock.
Before we get to our what callers we want, When do you have UW Oshkosh on the schedule?
And
are you coming
J-Dub
up?
will go down there, do a little color.
Are you coming
Yeah,
up,
he will.
or are you staying? Or are the Titans going to be the road team when you're calling a game?
Oshkosh was our first stop of the tour on January 3rd. You were busy, so I didn't. I knew better, but
Getting ready for that big Packers Vikings JV game.
We have already made our stop in Oshkosh, and we're already halfway done. Tonight's the midway point of covering the conference.
Why don't you do more games? Just do more on your own time.
That Vikings game thing, it was such an like that whole deal is still absolutely dumbfounding to me. Like dumbfounding. I don't travel, but boy, when I do.
Right.
I understand it's an abomination.
Right. We made the plans before we knew it was going to be the Packers JV playing.
His specialty is covering guys that get cut pretty quick after they play.
Poor Clayton Toon. Poor little
Irish
Toon.
kicker,
preseason
Clayton
football
Toon. Yeah, that's his
Tough
thing.
break. Mr. Kraft announced yesterday they're going to jam 18 games down our throats, whether we like it or not, and we're going to take it. And then there'll be all the
We never said what callers we wanted.
I'm working on it.
Caller 18 for 18 games.
Caller 18 and caller 24.
Caller 31 for Al Harris from my boy Sweet. Hopefully he gets a look up there in Green Bay. 18 and 31 today.
And you can win an Iron Jock hat if you're caller 476.
No, I'm not doing.
Caller
not doing
18.
that to gel. It's too
Caller
cold.
18 and 31. 18 and 31. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 18. Caller 31. You'll play trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie. Well, lately there have been a lot of things said about the average cost of new cars, and sometimes those numbers can sound pretty big. But if you're concerned about not being able to afford a new SUV at Zimbrick Chevrolet, I'm here to say you can. Head to ZimbrickChevrolet.com right now, and you can use the filters to search the vehicle inventory by price to see what I mean. Select vehicles under $30,000, and you'll find a new 2026 Trax starting at just over $25,000. Also, a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer starting just under $26,000. And the family-friendly 2026 Chevy Equinox starts at $29,999. with over 25 different options to choose from. If you expand the search up to $35,000, the list gets even longer, so there are still a lot of great SUVs that offer affordability. Check out all the great options, including searching by price, at ZimbrickChevrolet.com or stop in on Main Street in Sun Prairie to meet with their great team. The bottom line is, you never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Division III college basketball from all around the state. It's WIAC Wednesdays, powered by the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Next stop, Whitewater for a top 25 women's basketball showdown. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Join me for the call as 18th ranked UW Platteville visits 11th ranked UW Whitewater. Tip time at 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage starts at 6:45.
WIAC Wednesdays. Don't miss this week's game. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What is the main ingredient to pesto?
Dude, man.
Wow, this is bad.
Pass.
What country is home to the city of Vienna?
Seriously?
Jeez.
Switzerland?
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The official music.
I love this tune. It's good royalty-free stuff right here.
It's a classic, no doubt about it, of trivia. Time now for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Let us welcome in our contestants. First, out of the blue corner, from Blue Mounds, caller 18, it is Travis in Blue Mounds. Travis, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing pretty good. You?
Good. Thank you for competing. We'll get to you in a second. And caller 31, Coach Mack. Aaron Mack in DeForest. Big fan of Monona Grove. Big fan of all the surrounding schools. Coach, how you doing?
Morning. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy to hear from you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
A little late for a Happy New Year.
I don't know what the
it's
statute
good.
of limitations is.
good.
We haven't talked to him in the new year yet. So we're going to let it go.
The 21st.
All right, here we go. Question 1, Travis, is this.
Yep.
If UW Whitewater head football coach Jace Rindle wanted to visit Jones Dairy Farm, good callback, Jesse, in Fort Atkinson, which highway would he travel to get to Fort Atkinson from Whitewater?
Oh, I think I know this one.
Would Jace take Highway 12, Highway 67, or Bacon Way?
Let's try B, I guess.
B, 67, 67.
Oh, shit.
Pesky.
Uh-oh. Travis.
That ain't good.
What is it? What are you, Domofsky?
No swearing,
I love
please.
that passion. I thought it was Highway, like just off the top of my head, I was going to guess 59.
Well, you'd have been wrong, too, and then you would have sworn,
Yeah, I
and then
know.
we would have scolded you.
For sure. I love swearing.
Coach Mack.
Tomovsky sets a bad example for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson, I think, remains the biggest violator.
He
in our
ain't
history.
shoveling snow. That was the best part of that interview, by the way.
That was something.
He ain't shoveling snow.
Tausch loves it. All right, Coach, keep it clean. Question 1 for you.
Yes, sir.
From 2005 to 2014, 9 of the 10 Division III NCAA Football National Championship games, also known as the Stag Bowl, were played between UW-Whitewater and which opponent? Was it Mount Union, Johns Hopkins, or UW Heartland Arrowhead? Which is pretty funny.
Mount Union, the Purple Raiders.
Indeed.
Good squad.
All right.
Good squad.
Travis, question 2.
No swearing, Travis.
You're right.
Latitudinally.
Don't laugh about it. That was naughty.
The hall monitor is in full effect now, so be careful. Latitudinally, how many other WEAC universities are located farther south than UW-Whitewater? Is it 0, 1, or 3 that are farther south than Whitewater?
Try 3.
That is incorrect. Please mute Travis. The correct answer is 1. Jesse, is that Platteville?
It is.
Okay. All right, Aaron.
Driftless.
Question 2 for you is this. Between the men's and women's teams, UW-Whitewater has a nationally renowned program that has won 16 national championships since 1982. In which of these sports? I actually knew this one. Is it downhill skiing, miniature golf, or wheelchair basketball?
B, wheelchair basketball.
It's true. Awesome program. And really cool.
They're really
All right.
good.
Yeah. Question 3, Travis. Let's try and pull off the rare first 2 wrong, last one right. While the city of Whitewater is located on the border of 2 counties, the majority of the city and the UW-Whitewater campus is located in which county? This ain't easy. Because I knew it was on the border and it was split into 2 counties in the same city.
Apparently,
but I didn't.
First 2 weren't easy for Travis.
Know which
either.
one. Don't be mean just because you're mad
Be
at school.
sure, it was inappropriate.
All right, Travis.
How about a little grace? We're giving the Packers grace. Why can't you give him some grace?
The majority of the city of Whitewater and the campus are located in which county? Jefferson, Rock, or Walworth?
Walworth.
I was about to say it's been a long time since we got skunked, and we've prevented that from occurring. Well done, Travis. All right, question 3, Aaron, is this, and this is courtesy of Jesse's broadcast partner, Gabe, a junior at UW-Whitewater.
Shout out, Gabe.
UW-Whitewater remains the only school in NCAA history to win a national championship in football, men's basketball, and baseball in the same academic year. Wow, that is impressive. In which academic year did that take place? Man, Gabe, that's a tough question. Was it 2004, 2005, 2013, 2014, or 2021, 2022?
Ooh. 13, 14.
Well done, Coach. All right, Travis, I know you feel bad about your choice of words. We are glad that you got the last one right. You have 2 of the possible 4 entries. Jesse's purposely not going to draw your chip. He's going to cheat because he's mad at you.
No cheating around
But
here.
nevertheless, we
I follow
appreciate
the
your
rules.
loyalty to the show.
Yep.
And
Thank
thanks
you.
for playing, buddy.
Thanks. I love you guys.
Aaron, you got all 3 right. You have 4 entries into Friday's drawing. And Jesse will not intentionally pull your name, even though he likes you, because he's so above standard and always follows the rules. Thanks for playing. We appreciate you as well.
Love you guys. Bye.
All right.
Love you guys.
That is Wilde and
Love you
Tausch
back.
trivia for today. Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But, I was impressed by several of them.
You're impressed by everything.
I love life. It's amazing what people do.
There is nothing that you see that you wouldn't go, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad way to live, though.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sustainable luxury starts with what you already own.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we purchase unwanted gold jewelry and responsibly recycle it through exceptional refining, giving new life to old pieces without the need for new mining.
Broken, outdated, or unworn, your gold still has value and purpose.
Choose a more conscious way to recycle your precious metals and get rewarded for it.
Visit us to learn more.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. 4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
We're on the Packers.
This 2 or 3 year window needs to yield a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
When you bring back everybody, Mr. Policy is telling you we're winning a championship.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
for a very abbreviated. This is another catchy tune.
Yeah.
Won't Ellie.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Are you guys aware that it is NBA Rivals Week?
Yeah, somebody texted me about that last night. He was very perplexed by the Bucks' rival in this rivalry.
Well, we love ESPN. Everybody here loves ESPN.
Especially the new app.
Love the app. Love the ESPN Wisconsin app. Love representing the brand. I saw this yesterday. NBA Rivals Week is here, ESPN tweeted. Wednesday night doubleheader. Cavs, Hornets, followed by Thunder, Bucks.
Hey, who's that guy with the 3-letter initials that plays for them again? I can't remember.
Were you aware that
Soundgraph Anderson or something?
Were you aware that we can't stand the Oklahoma City Thunder? Packers, Bears, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Bucks Thunder, teams that do not get along in the grand scope of Wisconsin sports.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. They're the defending champs. We want to get there. We want to win that championship this year. We got to go through them. Tonight's the start. So, yeah, I love it, Jesse.
I actually think of all the teams in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder are one of the more likable teams and more comparable teams to the Milwaukee Bucks because they're smaller market and kind of scrappy upstart. They got there, didn't win it, then they got there, and now they're
I like their
trying
team
to build
colors too.
Yeah,
I like their team
the
colors.
fans
They're
are
nice.
the environment that they've created there is awesome.
Yeah,
We love Oklahoma City. They're one of the best stories in the league.
Indiana would be that team,
Yeah,
right?
it's got to be I think we talked about this as that rivalry intensified over the last year or two. The Pacers, with Tyrese Halliburton especially, feel like the biggest rival in the NBA to the Milwaukee Bucks. NBA insider Mark Tauscher, would you agree?
Yes.
NBA insider. That was good. Tauscher's NBA Minute. We got to bring that back.
Well,
Once the Bucks get over 500.
And did I hear a rumor that you'll be there in attendance tonight?
I am going to the game tonight. Yes.
Whoa,
and
Nelly!
You said that earlier in the show. That wasn't a rumor.
Yeah, I don't know why do I have to repeat myself. I'm a little nervous because. So the day that I
you don't know how to say
talk, you guys
Gilgis?
No, do you remember when I came in a little raspy, right? That one day, probably 7 years ago or so.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a dank,
I'm starting to kind of
foggy,
get
rainy day in December, if I remember.
I have not taken a day off for sickness, knock on wood, forever. I don't feel, and I know I put on a great show today, so you don't have to
You did.
glaze me
Yeah,
or anything.
fantastic
I put on
show.
a great show. I didn't feel awesome today. I told Jell, I said, you might have to think old T might be. I feel fine.
Go to
but
the
I'm starting.
pen
You know that sometimes when you kind of feel like yeah, but I feel good. But I feel like there might be something coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how I felt a few weeks ago. Yep. And I was right.
So
forecasted accurately.
Yeah. Right now I don't feel like that. I feel much better than that.
But let's check it again tomorrow.
No, I'm a little nervy. Well, we'll see. All I'm saying is I wanted to give Jell a little heads up. I'm 90. I would say I'm 90% for tomorrow.
You're probable if there was still a designation
what
for
do
that.
you think should be our call time to see if you're in or out? I feel like 90 minutes before a game is the active and inactive.
Here's how I would look at it. Here's how I would look at it. If you don't hear anything, I'll be there. I'll be suited up and ready to go.
Okay.
I will give you. I'll give you at least 20 minutes heads up.
I don't like this policy, Mr. Policy. Because, I don't want to text 2 minutes before the show as I'm starting my sports center up there. I don't think I can go.
Yeah, well, tough luck. That's where we're at. I'll be here tomorrow. Friday might be the Jesse Nelson Show solo, which could be fun.
Ooh. Sign me up.
Yeah. Well, I have to be here tomorrow. We got a big guest tomorrow. I got to be here tomorrow.
That's true.
Jim Leonhard?
I can't skip. No, I reached out. Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy's available right now. I would not advise Jimmy to talk right now. So I would not.
I agree with you.
He's also got a big game on Sunday.
He's got a very big game. Very big.
Got to stop Drake May.
That's it for Wonelli.
Okay.
We should reveal our special guest.
We will do that.
Kirk Herbstreit.
No,
How was Herbie last night on the
regrettably, our special guest.
How was Herbie last night?
Regrettably, our
and
guest.
is he coming on tomorrow?
Yeah.
How did we go the whole show, and you don't even bring up Herbie?
Because he didn't come on the show.
Turns
I
out,
could have told you that.
Turns out Herbie had a plane to catch.
We had a better chance of getting Kurt
He flies
Signetti.
private. He literally has done his TV show from that plane.
Exactly. He
Like,
did
I've
it
seen
from
it
a
with
Jeep,
a dog.
driving to
With
the
a dog.
airport.
Peter.
And then Herbie said the show's not about him, which I found very funny.
We'll wrap things up next and tell you who tomorrow's big-name guest is. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Yep.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats. You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Indiana's triumphant run to college football prominence sparking a big question. Can the Hoosier model be replicated? Badger great and co-host of Wilde and Tausch, Mark Tauscher, seeing this as a start of a new wave. While off-field processes need retooling, Tausch on the effects this could have on college football.
Now, instead of it being 5 to 8 teams, maybe, there now is hope. But what we saw last night will be the beginning of a new era.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
There's no chill on the deals at Metro Ford of Madison. Right now, get into a 2025 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for up to 66 months plus $2,000 retail bonus cash. Looking for something sporty? Check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport with 3.9% APR up to 66 months, $2,500 bonus cash. Or lease for $319 a month with $38.49 due at signing. But hurry, offer ends February 2nd. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Division III college basketball from all around the state. It's WIAC Wednesdays, powered by the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Next stop, Whitewater for a top 25 women's basketball showdown. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Join me for the call as 18th-ranked UW-Platteville visits 11th-ranked UW-Whitewater. Tip time at 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage starts at 6:45.
WIAC Wednesdays. Don't miss this week's game. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Want to move better, play faster, and compete at a higher level? Train where Wisconsin's top athletes go. Total Athlete Performance. From middle school phenoms to the pros, TAP is Madison's #1 destination for speed, power, and athleticism. Their proven systems, expert coaches, and cutting-edge equipment help you dominate your sport. Can't make it in? Train anywhere with the TAP mobile app. Spots are filling fast, so don't wait. Visit tapwisconsin.com to schedule your free athletic assessment today.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
We're on the Packers.
It's never been about beating the Bears or the Vikings. It's about winning a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There is an intensity deficit, and there won't be now.
Great.
Those days are gone.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Before we say goodbye, tomorrow, scheduled to appear, we will say hello to, drumroll please.
Kirk Herbstreit.
No, not Kirk
Luke
Herbstreit.
Fickle. I think he's got a little presser today, and I think there's a lot of questions. I think heard his first. The team is back. Had his first team meeting. I saw that up on social media. So, the beginning of a new era, and we'll see how that goes. So I think 10 a.m. is when he's scheduled to join us tomorrow.
And at some point, Tausch will say, Jason! Or
I
maybe
feel
he won't.
fantastic.
If I'm here, we'll see.
Be sure to tune in.
A lot of drama for tomorrow.
Tune in to find out if Luke
It's a
Fickle
cliffhanger.
joins the show and if Tausch does.
Late night.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Oh, God, yeah. Late 8:30 tip tonight, too.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be
Can't
cranky.
wait.
And I'll be tired.
Maybe we can get Colin Cowherd to fill in for you. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At